we have a very special guest, the activist, the one and only lady that got the niggas in the street that'll get to their knees and bow down. Do you hear me? The one that got the gangsters that respect her, the one that Steve Harvey and his mustache is currently running from. And the one that refuses to say allegedly because she has all the receipts, the civil rights activist as well, the lady that's going to be my manager when I go to Hollywood, all right? Because that's the only one I can trust. Miss Essie Berry, how you doing tonight?
Storm, I am gracious to be a part of your platform. I love the way you always bring me on. I want to say that I'm honored to be on your platform. But I want people to know too, this is special to me because I don't know Storm will let everyone do this. Yes, I'm going to interview him, y'all. We're gonna get all in the business. I want to let people know what Storm do. I mean, I admire you incredible because you just be going and you getting them stories and you putting them out. I see people take your story and run with it too. I want people to know on this platform tonight, like even though I say activist Essie Berry, that's a title. I'm Essie Berry. I ain't at well, these questions I've been asked. That's Essie Berry. This ain't no activist, but I don't interview, I interrogate. So you guys will get a little feel of how I do things because I ain't here to invest.
Oh, I am shook. She asked me about my business. I am shook.
Okay. Don't be shook, just be real. Because if I get in the hot seat, I'll be real.
True.
Also, I want to say one more thing. And Storm, I have to say this to protect you. So there have been threats coming against me and Storm and C-Dub as well, talking about videos and stuff we put out. They don't want me conversating with Storm. So there was a video came out with a transgender woman. And I think Storm tried to protect me. But if I get Storm, we're working together. That's what bloggers should do. And as an activist, I'm going to do that. So the transgender story that you guys saw, a lot of people hit me up saying that you may get sued. He's not going to get sued. I gave him the story. He rocked that with all his might. And the girl, she felt a lot more comfortable. Some things you asked, though, Storm, it was real deep, she said. So, and I enjoyed the interview. But I want to say, like, it ain't about suing. It's about telling the truth. If I got to back the truth up, then we'll go get her and bring her to court. But we ain't finna let nobody sue Storm. I would be very reluctant to think that someone's gonna come for me because if I come on somebody's platform, I'm a civil rights activist. If I'm gonna protect myself, I'm damn sure gonna protect Storm. So whether Storm say something or not, I'm not worried because I already know what Storm getting ready to interview for he do. So I'm not gonna give him something he's gonna get sued on. And if he do, we can handle that too. So I want to put that out there before we get started.
Appreciate that.
Okay. So Storm,
yes,
I've been knowing about you for several years, but I'm knowing of you and I'm learning about you now. And I think there's a lot of things that fascinate people out here on these YouTube streets. So I want to get down to the bottom of it. So now they ain't got to worry. They ain't got to think. They ain't got to ask any more questions. Is that okay with you?
They still gonna have questions after, but yes, absolutely.
I don't know because I said I'm interrogating. I ain't interviewing.
Okay.
So let's do this. So first of all, I want to say, where are you from, Storm? Because you got a personality of a Southerner for some reason.
Of Southern from some reason.
The Southern hospitality thing,
So I'm from Illinois, but St. Louis, Illinois. So people don't really know that, like, St. Louis, Missouri, St. Louis, Illinois. Just like you got Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas. And so, I'm from the east side of St. Louis. This little town called Belleville. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. I don't think we have anybody famous from my area.
Well, you.
Me, yeah, I guess me, right?
Famous for sure. You YouTube street famous for sure.
Yeah. So a lot of people don't know, but I will say, okay, so a lot of people, like, if they were from the east side of St. Louis, like when they got famous, they would say they were from St. Louis, Missouri. So like Tina Turner used to live in East St. Louis. Red Fox is from South St. Louis, Missouri, but he met LaWanda Page on the east side of St. Louis. So anyway, long story, it's a whole thing. You don't know unless you know, but yeah.
So do you have siblings?
I have one half sibling on my dad's side.
So you grew up an only child besides your half sibling?
Yeah, because we didn't grow up in the same house. And I'm the only kid to come out my mom's cooch. That's what she used to say.
So do you consider yourself spoiled?
No. Okay, so let's get it.
Okay.
No. No, I don't, because people got to understand, like, even though, yes, I was the only child, like, nothing was really given to me like that. Like, I've always had two jobs. I used to catch two buses and two trains to get to work. Um, yeah, my parents could never really like get along, so to speak. So I wouldn't go without the necessities, but like when you would think of like what an only kid should have, it wasn't like that, boo boo. So yeah,
So your mom struggled a little bit.
at times, but not well, yeah, sometimes, yeah. When I was younger, yes, but one thing about her, I gotta say, like I've seen her fall down many times, but she's always gotten back up, and so I have to give her credit for that. Because there's some stuff that would have took people out. I always joke with her, like, thank God you don't look like what you've been through.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So did you ever get whoopings?
A couple. I didn't really have to get whooped like that. I don't know. I think it was more of like my mom grew up in an abusive household, and even like my dad kind of did too. So they weren't crazy with that. But I would say probably, I guess you could say maybe I suffered from some like verbal abuse
I
or
understand.
emotional abuse.
Yeah.
Some people would say I didn't think so back then, but some people now would say, nah, that was kind of bad to do. So I don't know.
So, so did you have friends growing up? I mean, who did you get along with? More males or more females? Who you got? I mean, what was the crowd you hung with? Ladies, man. What's up, bro?
Oh man, what you mean from the time I was a kid going up?
Yeah, because you know you
Oh
got
my god.
friends coming up, you get people. So what was your flavor like? Like I connected more with men because I'm a woman. I connected with a few. So I'm just saying with you, who did you hang around more as far as when you was coming up, could tell your business to, stuff like that?
Ooh.
Or a best friend? Did you ever have a best friend?
For a little bit. So you got to keep in mind, like I moved around a lot. So I probably transferred schools, I want to say 13 or 14 times
In a year or just all together?
altogether. So yeah, it
Okay.
was pretty much like every year I was going to school somewhere else. So I had friends, don't get me wrong, but I mean, I was always like the new kid at school. And I guess I kind of even kept that up as an adult because like I'm always moving somewhere. So it's true what they say, the patterns never really change.
Yeah, it doesn't. So like when you traveled and you moved around a lot like that as a young man, did that bother you?
Not at the time. I didn't understand. No, at the time it was just like my normal. So it was like, oh, okay, I'm going to a new school. And I went to good schools, bad schools, all black schools, all white schools, diverse schools. I kind of seen it all. Well, from the black or white aspect. So being like that, I'm from the Midwest, like I didn't really know any Indian people. I didn't even know no Hispanic people, to be honest.
Mm.
Like everybody I knew was black, white, or mixed. So when I say that, that's what I mean. But yeah, I didn't think it was an issue then. It was kind of exciting, like, oh, okay, I'm going to a new school. It is what it is.
So you were able to adjust real easily?
I didn't have no choice.
You're right.
Yeah, there was no exceptions. There was no, my mama was strict. There was no like, what you mean you can't adjust? You better figure that shit out. Like there was
So,
none of that.
so when you were born, your mother and father, was he in the household at any time with you or did he
Yeah.
depart? How old were you when your father left?
I was 5.5, I want to say. So they went to high school together, and my mom wouldn't talk to him because he was a drunk. And she said that in science class, he tried to talk to her. And she said, "Ah, nigga, you drunk all the time. All you do is sleep when you come to class." But he has a photographic memory, so he could hear something once and still like pass all his classes, like because he would pass the finals. Back in the day, if you pass the final, you pass the class. It's a little bit different now, but anyway, shit, the nigga could have been a lawyer if he had his head on straight. But anyway, so yeah, then they met up again after graduation, and then they got together. They was like 18 to 17, 18 to 19, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like you got mother traits and you got father traits. What did you inherit from your mother and what did you inherit from your father?
Ooh, that's a good question. Ooh, that's a good.
Now, none of this is to rehearse, you guys.
Oh, that's a good
I'm
question.
going to ask him. I don't do that. I come off the top of my head.
Oh,
Remember,
that's a good
this
one.
is interrogation.
Oh, that's a good. Oh my God, that's a good one.
Do you look like your mom or do you like your dad?
Oh, my dad's side of the family. Yeah.
Okay, so what traits did you get from each one? You think or you feel like you get any traits from your father, and did you get any traits from your mother?
Physical or behavioral?
All the way around. Like I'm talented. I'm not sure where I got my talent from. You know what I'm saying? I got my looks from between my father. You know, I look like both my father and my mother. So like your talent, like how energetic you are, your personality, like where you get that from. And then that go-getter when you be interviewing, where you get that from. So
Oh shoot. Okay. So let me back up then. Okay. So if we talk looks wise from my dad's side of the family, yeah. Looks from my dad's side of the family mostly. Behavioral, I can say I'm probably definitely a runner like my dad is. Like it's nothing for him to pack up, move, and start his life over somewhere else and act like you really don't exist.
what? So
But it
you
was not. But
are
yeah,
you
yeah,
okay.
yeah, to a certain degree, yeah. Like
Okay.
it's nothing. If it would be nothing for me to just disappear off the grid.
And
Like
you would have
just,
no problem with it.
I really wouldn't.
And you could drop off the face earth, not bother anybody, and not say nothing.
Yeah, I really wouldn't think twice. Yeah,
I could do that too, though. So I just want to see what you're gonna
yeah,
say.
yeah.
I don't know why that is. Maybe because I'm a loner. Because Stubb said something about an introvert and an outrovert or whatever. I'm not sure which one we are, but it's something about like some of us be by ourselves. So,
But
so
okay. So yeah, so I don't even know what skin complexion I am. I'm not even gonna go there. I came out a little darker than people expected as I got older. It is what it is. But no, go-getter mentality. My mom was definitely a go-getter when I was young. She didn't have a choice, though. She had to be. I would say she grew up where it was like my grandmother definitely like raised her girls, but like loved the boys, that kind of a thing. So yeah, mom was definitely a go-getter. My dad relies on women a lot.
he what?
My dad relies on women a lot. Like he leans on women, right? He's kind of needy in that sense. And I'm not like that. But then I always joke, I think that's why I'm single, because like if you come around me, you like I really don't need you for nothing. Versus he's the kind of man that he needs you as a woman. He needs you for sure. Like he
So
definitely needs you.
so coming up, did you have any girlfriends? Was it that one little love that you wish you had left back in school or?
Oh, that's a good question too. I would say there's one. Okay, I can think of one girl for sure, but our parents went to high school together, so our parents were cool. So we like used to live around the corner from each other, and she was definitely my first kiss at like 5 years old. It was so cute. Um, but then once we like got to high school, like her dad didn't want her to have like nothing to do with me at all. I was supposed to take her to prom and all that. Her dad shut that shit down. So yeah, I guess he didn't want to. I don't know. I don't know what her dad's reasoning was. I have no clue. I don't know. All I know is she ended up getting pregnant outside of marriage anyway, and he forced her to get married. So, you thought you was doing some nigga, you didn't. Anyway, I'm just saying, nigga thought he was doing something, but you didn't.
Was you hurt?
Huh?
Did that hurt? What I mean, so when they separate y'all, how old were you then? You was a teenager or?
No. I mean, we were technically separated around 9 or 10, but we always kept in touch.
Okay.
So we had cell phones back then, but not like it, not like it is now. Of course, and back then, kids didn't have their own cell phones. So it was like, oh, I'm not gonna say her name, but oh, I'm gonna call such and such, and oh, I'm gonna call him. Or our grandmothers used to also live next door in the projects.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I went to my grandmother's house, which was pretty much like every weekend and holidays and stuff, and summers, we would always see each other because she was her grandmother was right next door. So
is that the grandmother on the father's side or the mother's side?
That's the grandmother on my father's side.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, who was you tight with? Were you tight with your mother and father? How did that go? So,
Definitely more tight with my mother. They say I was real tight with my father, but I just don't remember being like, ever since I can remember, we've been like, we bumped heads a lot. But it's kind of weird because I always thought like maybe he had multiple personalities. I don't know. I'm not here to diagnose him. But have you ever met somebody that like literally their personality will just change at the drop of a hat?
yeah, it's called bipolar.
Okay.
I was just saying, it's not really bipolar, but some people say like it be they say it's bipolar. That's something someone given to you, but I think like personality, you like got a hot part, you got a cold part of you, but then you got some parts of you that be all over the place. You know what I'm saying? That a person can't understand. So when you say that, was it that type of personality that he couldn't? Did your dad understand you as a young man? Did he know you as a young man?
Yeah, but then yes and no, because I feel like I don't really know him because it was always a different person I was talking to. Like he would be the type, he would say something and then you'd be like the next day, that was wrong what you said, and he like, what are you talking about? I didn't say that. What do you mean? Or his personality would literally change. It almost, looking back now, it almost looked spiritual. Like I don't know if he came into the world with demons on him. I don't know. My grandmother never told us what was wrong with him. She just said he'd been like this since he was a child, and she left it at that. She never told us, she did that old school hoodoo voodoo shit where she would put stuff in his food when he would like kind of go bonkers in the head, I guess. Yeah. Huh?
Who did that?
My grandmother did.
What?
His mother. Yeah. So down south, like they have this thing where they say like, when somebody's behaving crazy, like you got them spirits on you. So she would like put spicy shit in his food, and it was supposed to help calm him down. I don't know, like the hoodoo voodoo people, y'all understand what that is. I don't know. I'm just letting you know that's just what she did. But but there were certain personalities of his that were cool, dope, like father of the year type, and then there was some that was like, oh, you a shitty individual. And then it was some that it was like, you're just here or you're not. So I don't know.
So do you consider yourself a mild-tempered person? Like, do you get angry fast? Does it take a lot to piss you off? Or how does that go? Like, because I'm real nice. But if you piss me off, you probably wouldn't know me. So
you think you're nice, Essie?
I think I'm very nice.
No, I be chilling. I really do be chilling.
So does it take a lot to piss you off or to get angry?
Yeah. It really would. It doesn't take a lot to get on my nerves, but it takes a lot to get me angry. I've really only really popped off a few times, and I never had an issue out of that person again. Those people again. It's only been.
And how many times? Like one in your life? You just what? You mean like
maybe three? Maybe three.
And how old are you?
I'm 30.
So that ain't bad. 3 times that you ever got pissed off in your life. I think that's very grand that you. I should have been. You should have been my role model. I'm just saying.
Oh no, I'm just a rational person. I can just always see both sides of things. Like, and sometimes it's just like that's not a big deal. Like, I don't.
Because I'm trying to get to learn the person before I start popping up with these serious questions.
Oh my God! No, you're fine. You're fine.
Get more serious. Okay, so growing up, you said you had your little girlfriend. Like, have you ever been in love?
No.
You never been in love?
I've never been in love. No.
How do you know? You just know you ain't never been in love.
I know. I think I haven't because number one, it's been nothing for me to like drop people. Like it's I don't know. I felt like if I was in love with, the first girl or even the girl I dated in high school and college or whatever, if I was in love, I feel like I would have fought for the relationship more. I felt like I would have been like, now you moving cross country with me, you coming with me, like I felt like I would have done all of that. But nah, I was just like, oh, okay, well, I mean, it's over. It is what it is.
Do you
Next
ever wonder
normal.
how it would be to be in love or be in a relationship? Have you ever sat back and wondered or thought about that? Where's your
Yeah,
perfect
yeah,
woman?
no, okay. So I mean, my examples of that coming up were like was like seeing my parents and their relationships. So even though they're my parents, we talk to each other like we're friends, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
And so from the age of 4, like I used to go with my dad when he would go, cheat on my mom. He was knocking off chicks down the street. He had the girl. I know. I think I saw the lady a few years ago too, and she still remember me and still remember my daddy. So I guess my daddy was laying some good dick, child. I guess he was because she was. Listen, it's times when I walk through the projects and they like, "How rich you doing?" And I'm like, "Do
Did you
you
tell
have
your
a
mama?
huh?"
Did you tell your mother that he was doing all that, or did your mother know?
I didn't. She found out later. She found out eventually, of course. But at the time, I didn't really understand what it was. Like, I didn't understand why this lady was bringing plates of food to my dad or coming over. Yeah,
Yeah.
or we were riding the truck and he would go down the street and knock off some chick in her house, and I'm just sitting in the car. Y'all, it was the late 90s. You could leave kids in the car back then before y'all.
Yeah. That's a good excuse. That's what men do. Come on, son. Then let me
Yeah,
that's the decoy. You know
that's
how
the decoy.
they do that now. Come on, baby. Let me take you to your ice cream. I'm
That's
you
yeah.
know,
That's
you in the
that
car.
that's the decoy. So yeah, and I used to sit in his lap and he would show me how to drive at like 4. Um and drive the truck down the street, and he would go in and handle his business and come back out, and it would just say it was what it was.
So as a young man, you saw a lot.
Oh hell yeah. Saw a lot and really more heard a lot. So you know how like the old saying used to be like, oh, get out my mouth, or this grown folks business. You don't need to be hearing that. No, everybody talk to me about grown folks business. Grandmama, aunties, uncles, mama, daddy, everybody. And it's probably because I had the tea on everybody. So I could be the person to come in the room and just sit in the back and just observe. And so like even to this day, I know who like people's real daddies is. I know outside kids people got, who's cheating on who. I would never say the shit, Essie. Like it's old. We all grown. It don't matter. But yeah, people would come, family members would come to me for the tea, like, oh, is he fucking her down the street? Let me know. Well, who was your uncle fucking last night? Who was the bitch that came out? That was just how they talked to me. So
And how old were
adult,
you then when they was talking to you like that?
I mean, like I said, that started at about 4 or 5, all pretty much all my
Why
life.
did you be all the people business on this internet and be getting them interviews out? Because it was almost like it was instilled in you to a degree. Don't
Yeah.
you think?
Yeah. So nobody,
This is like that.
yeah. So people have to understand nobody ever spoke to me like a child. I was always spoken to like an adult. So that's why, like, I'm 30, but I act like I'm 50 because, I've been an old man my whole life. So it is what it is.
That's making me understand you more. So then,
Hold on. Let me say this. Yes, I was the bone carrier to this day. Now, you want to know how things have shifted now. Real, not to interrupt you, but how things have shifted now is now I'm the person in a family that people rely on for like emotional support, the strong one in the family, or the one that they just expect, oh, he all right. So, so sometimes it'd be like, damn, shit, call and check on me too. I'm always checking on motherfuckers, check on me too. I don't always have it together, but yeah, but anyway, yeah.
and anytime you want to flip over there, you see some questions, because I want to go back up and make sure when we get through later on, we don't miss nobody's questions, okay?
I
Okay,
got you.
so all that. So you said you ain't never been in love. Did you ever want to be in love? Did you ever want that special person in your life?
No.
Really?
Because the people that I saw in love, they were stupid. They did stupid stuff. And this is stuff that I said right to my mother's face when I was coming up, like, yeah, you in love, but you acting stupid. Like, love makes you stupid. I seen people put cars in niggas' names because they love to move people in, because they love them get fucked over, dating somebody and he said he leaving his wife, and he ain't really leaving his wife, and he using you, and Same thing with my old man. I didn't see him get used by women and him misuse women. So it all fell back to like it all from from my perspective, it all looked like, wow, they in love, but they're dumb. So as a kid, it was very hard for me to respect the adults around me because I really just looked at them as stupid, even to this day.
But see, that
Which is
gives me a better insight on who you are. So,
yeah.
like you really, I think you probably would want to be. You scared to be in love, or you be worried about it being in love because of the things you saw prior, right?
And I don't know how I would react to certain things. Like you know, like some people, they may move somebody in and then the person just don't leave. And I'm like, well, what you mean they didn't leave? Well, they just didn't want to leave. Well, where is your gun? What do you mean they didn't? Like, I don't know, mentally, certain things that people go through in relationships, I know I can't handle it. I would snap.
Right.
That's another reason why I don't have children right now either, because I know it's certain things I know I'm not wrapped too tight, so I don't go there.
But you know what? Now
For their sake.
I respect you to the fullest for that, because a lot of people get on here and lie and say that they can handle it. At least you're being honest. So all y'all women, y'all better be grabbing what he's saying now and to get to that mind. So now I know this. So you ain't never been in love. You might would, but you thought you might would go off a little bit. But I always hear you say you like older women. Why is that? Why is that?
I do. Because normally,
like, cheesing, y'all.
Because normally they're more mature. Like, okay. So even like with younger, I don't want to say, don't R. Kelly me. Young girls, I mean early 20s. When I hear them speak, when I hear them speak, it sounds it's stupid. They're not talking about nothing. They're not really trying to do nothing. They barely know how to wash their pussy. I'm just saying, all they want to do is lay up, eat flaming hot Cheetos. You know what I'm saying? Beg for some money, and it's always begging for $20. It's just when I was yesterday's 20, it's now 100. But you get my point. Like when I hear younger girls talk, I'm just like, this shit sounds stupid. Then I'd be like, damn, did I sound like that at 20? I don't know, but like it's just they just like I can't even stand their voice. So I just like a seasoned, mature individual. I like to tell people, just like Usher, like older women, I do too.
He said seasoned. He needs seasoned. Lynn, he needs seasoned for the reason. He told you why. Because young girls do all that.
But I can't stand it. And I love like well, I'm not gonna go there. I'll say this.
No, go there. This is an interview. We need to go there because I might go there with you. Go there. I want to ask.
Sexually, grown women know what they want. Sexually, yes. And so it's I like this, I like that, do me like this, let's go. I gotta be at work tomorrow. Like, I love that. Not like, well, I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know.
Storm say he wants somebody in charge. Let him know what time it is. Don't be asking.
Not even necessarily in charge, just that knows what they want. I don't want to think for you. Like, I don't want to have to think for you. What do you want? What do you like? And if you don't know, go figure that shit out. But
that's a good way of putting it. So you say you would rather have a young woman, older woman, no young women. But how
older than me, yes.
How many older than you? What's the oldest you done dated? Yeah, think. And how many? 1, 2, 3.
No, I haven't dated that many people. 37, I think is the oldest.
That ain't bad. 7 years. And how young?
I was late 20s. Yeah, late 20s. Yeah.
And there was a complete difference. But I'm finna be nosy. I'm finna be nosy.
You'll be nosy.
So was the older woman? Why you didn't go for? Was she married? Did she have a boyfriend or something? Or was just a hit and miss?
No, it wasn't that. It was honestly, she was cool. Like when I say she was not just more than cool, she was actually like a good woman for real, for real. I let go something that was good. And I know I did. You know how like you can get something and it's good, but you're not ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Number one. Number two, I kept thinking in my head too, like, I know she wants children. I don't really want children. So I'm like, I don't want to waste her time. She's already in her mid to late 30s or whatever. And some people may say, like, oh, you're thinking too hard. Don't worry about it. Just go with it. But I just don't believe in wasting people's time, right? And it's a lot of things in life I'm not sure about yet. And I want to figure it out for myself. I don't want you to figure it out for me. I don't want you to say, well, you know, let's just have some kids. It's fine. Let's just do this. It's fine. Let's just live here. It's fine. Like, it's just certain things I need to figure out on my own, especially the kid thing, which is a very big deal to me. Because once you're a parent, you're never not a parent again. Like, if I have a baby with you, I'm stuck with you.
For sure. At least
I
18 years.
am stuck with you for life. Like, even after the baby grown, I got to see you at anniversaries and graduations. And it's just like, you know, I like always having an out. I like knowing that, like, if I don't want to, I might not like your ass next year. I like knowing that I can get rid of you if need be. But the baby it's like fuck.
Okay, so do you want to ever have a child? Do you want a little Storm Monroe running around?
I'm 80% no. I'm not 100% no, but I'm 80% no. My mom made me promise I wouldn't do anything permanent until I was at least 30, and now I'm 30, and now she's changed her tune, and she'll just say randomly, "Oh, I'm just waiting on my grandkids." I'm like, who the fuck is this? Like,
one, she'll keep it. We just want one. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, she would. She would. At this point, she don't care. I could just drop off a baby tomorrow. She would not question it. Nothing. Like, now that I'm looking back, I think she just wanted me to get my career first, get through school. She was a little extreme with what she used to say and do back in the day when I was coming up. But I think she just wanted to make sure I made it out of like high school and college and stuff without a kid. But now she's like, ooh. And I remember one time she even said, like, damn, I hope I didn't fuck you up.
Because of what? She said that because of what?
Because she made a comment about when you get married or when you find somebody, and I'm like, I'm not tripping off that. I'm not trying to do that. It was just like, she looked so disappointed. Like,
but I now listening to you, and if she were to hear this conversation, she would understand that certain things that you grew up with and being grown at 4, 5, 9 years old, that played an impact on who you are now. I'm realizing that too. You know what I'm saying, general. So we're gonna go a little bit further. So we was talking one day, and you said something about swingers. Are you a swinger? Hey, wait. If you dare not answer the question, you can plead the fifth. But the plead the fifth mean it may be, it may not.
Everybody already know. Yes.
Okay, what is this? Because let me tell you what I thought. Because I'm learning too. Like, I thought swingers were like married couples. They get together and they swap partners. So that's not a swinger. Or is that
that is so it's kind of a general term. So technically the correct term is like I'm LS, which just means like we call it the lifestyle. So it's basically just like a bunch of non-monogamous relationships is the best way to put it.
Just with females of either way. You know what I'm saying? We say monogamous. What do you mean by that?
I mean, everybody got their own thing. I only sleep with women, but you got some people that they do men and women. You got some women. Okay, so let me break it down.
Break it down.
Let's say you got a man and a woman.
Mm-hmm.
You have some men and women that only swap with other men and women, right?
Okay.
Then you have some men and women couples who will only bring in other women. Those are called unicorns, single women in the lifestyle.
So then 2 women and a man. 2 women
and a man. Yes, yes. Then and that can even get deeper too. The 2 women can be sexually connected, or it can just be all about the man. Everybody's different. Then you got male and female couples that just bring in another man.
Okay.
And it's 2 on a wife or multiple on a wife.
Right. Would you do something like that?
I have.
You did a threesome?
That's the least of what I've done. That's
What you say?
they already know. But what I'm an exhibitionist and a voyeur. So I really like to watch people have sex in front of me or around me. And I used to, but let me back up because I thought about this the other day. I used to think it was all about the visual. But I'm like, nah, it's actually just the audio that I love. I love to go into a party and you just hear nothing but sex going on around you, screaming, the bedpost hitting the wall, like the mattress squeaking, like
I hear that?
yeah, people coming, women squirting, like I love the audio. So the audio is really what turns me on. And then I also enjoy knowing that like people are watching me. So I love to perform for a crowd. Like,
hold up, wait a minute. Let's put some questions in it. So I'm nosy, Storm. Don't take this personal, but we said, okay, plead the fifth. So like you be having a lot of little gadgets by your computer. You had that move stuff one night, and then you had that little other thing. So do you be performing in front of your computer on the low key sometimes?
I'm not gonna say I never have. Here's the thing.
Okay.
It is what it is. I've already told the people I'm a low down, dirty, nasty freak. It is what it is. Like
y'all heard that now. Don't ask this question no more. We getting down to it. He said he's a low down, dirty freak.
Low down, dirty, nasty.
Down, dirty freak.
I'm just saying. But now I got condoms all around the place, lube on right. Like I got condoms in the car. You should always be. Yeah, you should always be prepared. But yeah, it ain't it and here's the thing, you can never embarrass me by leaking anything or thinking you're gonna put something out there because I'm gonna really get turned on that you put it out anyway. Like a lot of people don't know this, but if it really wasn't for my mother, my ass would probably be working for like Brazzers.
What's that?
Adult films.
Oh, you want to be one of them? What?
Yeah, I mean, I would have to. It would be a whole nother career because I don't have the audience for that on YouTube, of course. So I would totally start over. I already know what name I would use. Like I would rebrand.
Well, what's your name you'll use? Thunder?
No, damn, I don't want nobody to take it.
Okay, don't say it again. No,
I don't want to take it. I'll tell you off air though. And no, it's not Tatted Nerd. It's not that. I know what name I would use too, but.
And you would want them to call you that while you busy in the movie.
Yeah, and I would actually bring back the old school, like the early 2000s, where like the dudes used to wear the Timberland boots and the do-rags while they was doing it. I would bring that back.
We are. Y'all heard Storm say I'm coming in there boots. I'm coming there strapped up. Well, all right, Storm. I hope I ain't embarrassing you. But like, because so many people know, but people really don't know. And sometimes people may want to be you and don't know how to be you. So Storm, y'all already said, Storm said he rolled with women, but he done did some low down, dirty, freaking little stuff going on. Whatever it may be, you decide. So now I'm gonna get a little bit. I seen you on a date a couple weeks ago with y'all all on the smooching and Love Jones. So what's up with that? Like, what it is? Well, first of all, how old is Love Jones?
I don't know if she want me to put that out there.
Okay, don't put it out there then. Don't put it out there.
Yeah. I know how old she is, but I don't know if she want me to put that out there. So I'll let her do that.
Okay.
But go ahead. What was the question?
You like her?
I do. Love Jones is good people. Love Jones is. I mean, the outside.
Jones, the
outside is already attractive. It's right. The outside is there, but past that, her personality is dope. Her personality is dope. Like just a dope individual. I was completely comfortable around her. It was like I've already known her. It was weird. It was weird, but a good weird. It was like, oh, okay, it felt like I was married to her, but but we're not. But it was just like, how am I so comfortable around you? A freak situation happened. A weird situation is the right term, but we end up having.
situation. He didn't say, he said freak. I'll take the first word, Alex, for 100. But go ahead.
Anyway, a situation with the room happened at the conference. We end up having to share a room.
I bet y'all did. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, so always happy. Y'all heard that, folks. But go ahead. Yeah,
I didn't do it. I think my friend Ashley did it. I promise you, because she invited her, and it was just like, wait a minute, y'all trying to really. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone.
Don't leave it alone now. Go speak your mind.
I feel like my friend Ashley was trying to push us together, because I remember Ashley said, I hope you guys get married and have lots of babies. And then before I know it, she like, Love Jones, you coming to Charlotte, right? And I was like, oh, you do you have anything set up or confirmed? And it worked out. But anyway, we had a damn good time. Like, there's not many people that I can just sit up and talk to or sit up and be around that I actually like. So I look friendly. I'm not actually all that friendly. I might look like I actually fuck with you, Essie. But most people, when they talk to me, like, I keep it real surface. I don't really want to be bothered like that. But with her, it's different. And I've told her many times, I actually like her as a person, and I respect her, and I'm upfront and honest with her.
Because you see her, and y'all going a little further. Maybe we see some wedding bells, some shotgun shells, and something else and something else. Do you think?
I'm gonna say this.
You sweating a little bit.
The potential, yes, sweating a little bit. The potential is there, but what's crazy is that the psychic made a prediction on who my wife is gonna be, even though I don't think I'm getting married. But anyway,
well, who she said? I want to know. You ain't gonna tell us?
Yeah, she described her to a T. So she said she's around my height, so she's around 5'6". She's in entertainment. She's either a Virgo or a Cancer. Her sisters are gonna love me. Love don't say, wait, I know, we just chilling, but I'm
just trying to get in y'all business. You all right?
we just talking.
Nosy. This is an interrogation, Love Jones, not an interview.
But yeah, apparently whoever I marry is gonna be busty, big, big breasts. The psychic mentioned something about Charlotte, and then we both ended up in North Carolina together. And we didn't put two and two together till we was laying in bed, like, wait a minute. And I called the psychic, like, hold up, like what the fuck is going on? Because this is.
What's Love Jones' sign? What's her sign?
She's a Virgo. Yeah, she fit everything that the psychic listed. Love Jones fitted like
Did that scare you? Did that scare you a little bit?
Yeah, was for it to be that spot on. Yeah, the only thing is, number one, the psychic said, well, some of this stuff I'm gonna leave out. And I'm like, nah, tell it all. Nah, don't stop. Nah, tell it all. But whoever I marry, it won't be for another. I'm 30. It won't be for like another 3 to 4 years.
3 to 4 years. Yeah.
And I'm not ready to be nobody's husband right now. I'm really not.
Did y'all hear that? He say he'll chill with you. Just chill. That's it. Nothing else. You ain't cheering. He ain't trying to do all that. So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I see on the internet that everybody's always in your personal business. Yeah. Like, and I just really want to know why. Because you just put out here that you like women. Does it bother you when they try to allude to the fact that you are gay?
No, I know how I present, and I know how I've presented myself online. People got to understand, talking to somebody in your real life versus like performing a show is a little different. And then people got to also understand, I know my audience. And so if I get up here and I'm like, all right, so we're going to talk about Tamar Braxton today. She got robbed or whatever. Yeah, that's real bad. You bored. You're bored.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Versus if I get up here and perform, I used to perform in a bathtub with a glass of wine. I used to be dancing and flipping on tables and flipping out of chair. It used to be a mess. But that's how I built the brand that I have today. But I have to take accountability for
right.
And I also have to be honest to say I traded in my masculinity for a check, and I know that.
Okay, so explain that to me. So you saying you traded your masculinity because you ain't gay, you like women. So how did you trade your masculinity in? I don't understand. Is that with some person or somebody?
No. Even though a big name is called, I ain't gonna tell y'all who.
We coming. We
But
coming.
I told you, Essie, but I could be in a room with somebody tomorrow if I want to. But I just gotta sign paperwork agreeing to never talk about X, Y, and Z. And I know how they get down, and I don't get down like that. But I know what it is. So anyway, but no, you gotta remember I'm educated, right? So like the normal side of me would get on this camera and I would be talking about like climate control and not politics, but like things that are going on in real life. It would be more intelligent. It would be more masculine, calm. It wouldn't be gossip. It wouldn't be talking about Nicki Minaj and Cardi. Like what the fuck is that? Who are they? Who do they? What is Nicki and Cardi really giving back to the world, to the community, or anything? Nothing. All of gossip is the lowest form of fucking communication, very low vibrational. So if I was really being me, then yeah, I would definitely be talking about higher vibrational things, and I would, speak a certain way, speak eloquently like I can. But I felt like I couldn't do that and make money. And
so basically all the stuff that you did, I won't say kid, but all the stuff you did back in the day, that alluded to the fact that people may have thought that about you because how you presented yourself in the present. That makes sense then, because I didn't watch any of your stuff too much prior. I seen one thing where you go to town, you try to take pictures. So I saw a few things here and there, but I always see people trying to comfort your sexuality. And then, and you know what gets me? No disrespect, y'all. Don't come, don't come for me, okay? None of y'all. Yeah, baby, this after dark. This it's gonna get juicy. But I see a lot of the male bloggers worried about your thing. Like, why is that, y'all? Why y'all dudes so worried about Storm?
those are other, but yeah, those are the other. Those are they're gay themselves. So
they might want that Mac Daddy then.
yeah, it's not nobody that's straight that's stripping off me like that. Even if a straight dude happens to see my video, it might just be like, oh, that nigga gay. Okay, whatever. And leave it at that. It's not like a long, drawn out thing, because you got to understand, if you're dealing with a gay man, you're dealing with a male brain, which is very sexually driven, obsessive. And so they want to fuck. There's no other way I can put
and
that.
they don't care if you gay or straight. They just want to get that when they see that. They want that. Y'all get that.
And also there's like it's a fantasy in the LGBTQIA2 plus community of like turning a straight person. So like studs like to turn straight women out, and gay dudes like to be like, with gay dudes, especially in Hollywood, this, but really, if they like to be able to say, my boyfriend's straight. And women like, how is your boyfriend straight if you're a boy with a boyfriend? But that's just how they like to look at it.
Right. That's just a allude to the fact. So okay, so we got all that straight. Don't ask that no more. He said what he said. He said how he said it. His business going through the house with a loop or whatever. It's his business. But if y'all want some of that, y'all might need to tap him later on, and you might do something. You know what I'm saying? But it better be right. Okay. So winding forward, because I wanted to get to know a little bit about you before I do this. Because even though we done did interviews, you guys, with Storm, I never got personal with him. I don't want to go watch nobody video and I hear them talk about Storm. Why would I want to do that? I don't do that, Storm. Anything I done seen your face on, I think it's ratchet because you doing it to either get clout or you ain't sure when you could just ask. So I didn't want to watch no video to learn about you. I want to learn myself.
But I have to say this, I cannot get upset when people drag me when I drag people for a living. I talk about people's business for a living. So just the law of karma, whatever, you're going to get what you put out there. So I can take it. I don't trip. Now, my family members and stuff, like, I can't even watch that shit. But it comes with being a celebrity. Like you think Beyonce mama can watch the stuff that people online say about Beyonce or read them comments like her mama be pissed. You know, it is what it is.
Now, back in the day, I mean, people said little stuff when I was going against Steve Harvey. I want to cuss everybody out on that piece. And I got tired of them taking me as a title. Y'all too busy. Like celebrity, that's a title. Like bloggers, that's a title. There's something behind that. Activist, that's a title. So I want people to make sure when you're dealing, today Storm is interviewing. Today he's Storm. We just Storm. But when he get on, he chopping people. He's a blogger. I ain't gonna lie. You talk about me, I'm gonna take offense. And I might make 20 videos in 24 hours. I'm just saying, is that wrong? Yes, because I talk about people. But I tell the truth. I tell the truth. So you get on and make a video about me, by 24 hours, it might be 1,000 about you. I don't know if that's wrong. But so I got to learn that, Storm, what you just said, because I don't know about that yet. And I'm 53.
It come with the game. It come with the game.
So now, like, I'm puzzled with your little cute self. With your cute self compared to Tasha K. How did you get hooked up with her? I just want to know, like, how did your cute self get hooked up?
That was a hell of a transition. Okay, so I'll take you back. So it was probably 2018, I want to say. I was doing social work, and one of my clients, which now is one of my very best friends, to this day, this lady, I would marry this lady tomorrow. Literally, we're that cool. We're not sexually attracted to each other, but I trust her just that much.
That's good.
Literally, I would. I do. Anyway, so she was my client back then, and I came to do the visit the kid, the foster child. And she's like, you know what? It was the first day she met me. She was like, you know what? You don't need to be doing this job. What is it that you really want to do? And I'm like, oh man, yeah, I do hate this job. I really want to blog and talk about celebrities. And that at that time, that's what it was. And she was like, you know what? I think you need to watch this lady here. And it was Tasha K. And it was when Tasha was in, I think, that first house that she left when she got into it with the other journalist, Byron something. Whenever it wasn't the house she just sold. It wasn't the house I met her in. It was the house before that. So long story short, she was doing the thing. I was watching her. I said, well, damn, she kind of sound like MC Light, and she, okay, this is different, you know.
Who she look like? If she sound like MC Light, who does she look like?
You know, at the time, I thought immediately I had thought like a dark-skinned version of Sanaa Lathan. And it might have just been the angle, but the voice was
cuteness. Okay.
Yeah, but the voice gave MC Light for sure. Like her real voice. I don't know what this new voice is giving. And maybe she has just been through a lot. So now it's, you know, spiritually we change when we go through things.
Yeah, we do.
But anyway, yeah, the voice to me gave MC Light, the face gave a dark-skinned Sanaa Lathan.
I think you gave her too much credit. Sanaa Lathan cute, but okay. She ain't ugly. She ain't ugly, but I'm just saying.
Well, she's interesting looking. But she's from Florida, and maybe it's the type of tribes that were in Florida, but people who have lineage from Florida look a certain way, and I noticed that.
Okay.
Like, I never met nobody that looked like Tasha K. I never met nobody that looked like Sukihana. I never met nobody that looked like City Girls, Santana. Like, I don't know what tribes were down there, but anyway. So we went on. I was watching her. I was a fan of her. I watched everybody, right? So I would literally be at work, social work. I'm typing, and I'm listening to Tasha K in my ear. I'm listening to Kaya. I'm listening to T.S. Madison. I watched so much Kaya. It took about 1.5 years of me making content before I didn't sound like Kaya anymore. That's how much I listen to her. Because y'all got to understand, if I work an 8-hour shift, I got to get through this 8-hour shift or 10-hour shift. And so it's nothing but YouTube videos. In old school YouTube, people used to do 2, 3, 4 hour long shows. It ain't like it is now. It's a little different now. So y'all be nice. Just be nice in the chat, please.
What they say? What they say?
They say, you know, damn well TK don't look like no Sanaa. No, people said
I
that
did,
back in the day.
you ain't got to be nice because I said, like, he gave her a little too much credit, didn't he?
People said that back in the day.
She like Boosie. She look like a reject version of Boosie. She played that damn well. That's who she looked like, a girl version of Boosie. Yeah, and Boosie ain't cute. I'm just saying. Tasha K, you come see me too. I'm just saying. That's right. It's an interview. You supposed to be an honest, Storm. You supposed to be an honest.
But people said that back. If you go look at those old comments, people said that. People, I promise you,
try to boost her ego. But okay, reject the law.
But anyway, as time went on, I was trying to do my own show. So I actually had my own little podcast at one point. Then I stopped doing that. I used to have a show on IGTV when that was a thing, on Instagram back in like 2017 and 2018. And a lot of y'all don't know, I actually met my friend Ashley before I met Tasha, but a lot of y'all don't know that. But long story short, finally started YouTube December 2018. And Tasha ended up seeing one of my videos. There we go. She ended up seeing one of my videos. I think it was the video I did about Deb Antony. And Tasha K shared it and people liked it. And then I did a video about Khloe Kardashian. Dear Khloe, everybody remembers Dear Khloe to this day. It's a classic. And Tasha shared that when she got back from Paris. She was pregnant at the time. But when she got back, she shared that. And we was cool in the DMs on Instagram. You know, so you know how like you got a blogger that you might watch and y'all cool and y'all communicate? It was that kind of a thing.
So when your friend introduced you and told you about Tasha K, did you start making the videos after the fact or did you make them before?
That was later. That came later. But it was all around the same time, but it came later. I actually took Tasha K's YouTube consultation. It was like a 2-hour or hour and a half or whatever. And
charge you?
Huh?
Did she charge you for it?
Yeah, it was like $200. Yeah.
Was it a good class?
It was worth every penny. I cannot lie. When I took the consult, I remember because I didn't have the money, so I put it on the Capital One credit card because I wasn't even working at that time, I don't think. Or I had saved up the retirement from one job, so I think I had $8,000. And I took that down and I said, I'm gonna make this YouTube shit work. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make it work. Then I end up having to go to the post office in the meantime to save some more money because you'll blow through $8,000 quick. But anyway, I remember I put it on the card, took the course, and she was just letting me know, like, okay, this how you title, you know, don't say this at the beginning, say that. And so it was no complaints. It was very useful, very helpful. And I went from when I took that course with her, I had 435 subscribers. And that was in December. That was the end of 2018. By March of 2019, I had 5,000 subs.
So that class they pay off. I want to say one thing. Somebody said in that box that I want Tasha K smoke. Tasha K don't want my smoke. I just say what I say and I mean what I say. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just trying to get to the facts because they are two different people. And I need to know how he got to her compared to how he is. Because I don't go on other people's pages and listen what they say. I come to the source. Again, this is an interrogation, not an interview. Okay, so you know, DM'd her, you know, took the class. And so, like, how did you end up with her? Did you just pick up from where were you at? And then you got with her. Was you living in a whole nother state when you got to Tasha K?
Yeah. So I was So let me back up again. So when I took the consultation and she looked at my content, her comment was, "Damn, you got something here." She like, "Why don't more people know about you?" That was her thing. Like, "Damn, you got some." And she like, "Oh, just fix these few little things." Because with YouTube, it's an algorithm thing. It's a formula. Once you understand the formula, you got it, right? It's just literally knowing the formula. So yeah, so went from 435. I remember, boom, I hit my first 1,000 right away. Then I hit 3,000 subs. Then I hit 5,000 subs. And this is like March, April of 2019. Then I make the Dear Chloe video. I held on to that video. I want to say, and I'm gonna show you the video so you know what I'm talking about real quick. It's your interrogation, but I just want you to know what I'm talking about.
Hey, baby, I need to know these answers. So hopefully we answer a question that people want to know about. Because I know I put you on the spot a little bit, but you handled it very well.
Yeah, because I don't want nobody to think I'm lying or this, that, and the third. So, okay. So is this video here? Wait. I don't think I can. There you go. So this video here. So I made this March 6th of 2019. See, that's when I uploaded it. But I had actually made the video a couple months before, held on to it, wanted to know what Tasha thought about it. And she said, nigga, you ain't put this out. She said, this is the funniest roast I've never heard on a Kardashian. She said, you gotta put this shit out right now. And so put it out. Yeah, I made that video. I have been eating chicken wings and drinking all day. You hear the baby in the background crying while I'm going off. It was real ghetto, Essie. It was so ghetto.
I understand, but sometimes that ghetto-ness have to come
out.
Works. Yeah, it has to come out. Because I am ghetto, and I'm proud of being ghetto. I'm articulate. I'm business smart too. So that ghetto plays into a part of it. That's what got you, and that's what made
I am today. Yeah.
Right. Right.
So that went up, and she did share it, and people was like, "Oh, this is hilarious." So then I kept working, kept going, and I was planning on moving to San Diego, California. I was living in Phoenix. I planned on moving to San Diego, California. I was gonna move to, I think it's Santee, California. It's like outside of San Diego. So I was 2 weeks away from moving. 2 weeks away. So this was the end of June, I want to say. 2 weeks away, boom. Tasha Gay hits me up in the DM on Instagram. She like, you're next up, you're it. I think you got something special here. I would love to work with you, but I would need you here, meaning in Atlanta.
I heard all that before.
Yeah, and she said, if you say no, I understand, but I'll be so heartbroken, but I just really hope you consider it. I love your content, love what you're doing, and I want to help you get to the next level. And so, yeah, that was June 2019. I was planning on going to San Diego. Now, mind y'all, let me back up a little bit. I was supposed to be going to San Diego because I thought I had this corporate job in the basket. Made it through all 4 interviews, Essie. Like, I was charming the socks off these white ladies in the interview, like charming their panties off, right? And I was going to be a manager at Geico in working in insurance, and I was going to have like 4 to 5 people that worked on my team, and it paid about $80K, I want to say. Which in my head I thought was a lot, but now looking back, I'm like, in California, that you still
right. Yeah. You still gonna need another kid, yeah.
Yeah. It is what it is. But I was gonna take it and roll with it, right? Because I was over living in Arizona. I was done. So thought I was gonna get that job. So I interviewed, blah, blah, blah. I know now why I didn't get the job, but it's all good. So I got back in town like on a Tuesday. I got the rejection email on a Wednesday. Tasha K hit me up on a Thursday. So it went like that. So I just got turned down for this job I thought I had in the bag. It's 2 weeks before I moved to San Diego. Now I got Tasha K, who I watch, hitting me up saying like, I want you here in Atlanta. And I'm like, damn, I thought about moving to Atlanta. We almost moved to Atlanta a couple times over the years when I was coming up, because a lot of Black people moved to Atlanta in the mid 2000s. It's like everybody was going down there. And it ain't like a reality show, and ain't like it is on TV, just so y'all know. Anyway, so
yeah.
So anyway, I called myself thinking it was God. I'm like, maybe this was just meant to be, because how did I get the rejection email yesterday and she hit me up today? And so I'm like, well, my lease is up in 2 weeks, so what you gonna do? And then she flew me out there. Let me see. This is actually my second day there. So
That's right there.
this was June 28th, 2019.
No, he looks so young and innocent. Oh, she just robbed his little innocence. Look at his face, y'all. Look how he looking
No.
now.
We pose like that on purpose. We pose like that on purpose. But that was when, if y'all remember when Tasha interviewed Safari's Jamaican girlfriend or fiance. And then that was a radio station, and Jasmine was somewhere there in the back, but I didn't know who all these people was at the time. But we did that. She showed me around Atlanta. She took me out to eat. I went to her house, met her husband. I don't know if I had met her daughter yet or not. I don't know. But she showed me her little setup.
Did you like her when you met her? You liked her?
Yeah, she was cool. She was cool people. She's tiny in person. So, we all look bigger on screen. And I'm like, I didn't think she was necessarily overweight, but I didn't expect her to be that slim when I met her. I was like, I remember thinking in my head, damn, she all titties. Okay. So, but she was hella cool. And I think the first night at her house, I drank a whole bottle of wine. And she was like, how did you drink that? How did you drink that whole bottle of wine? And I'm like, I can just drink a lot. Like it's natural. She was like, what the fuck? Like, okay. But yeah, I stayed. She had got me an Airbnb, but we all got drunk that first night. And so I slept in one of her spare bedrooms on like his little twin bed on the main level. And I got up 6 a.m, went back to my Airbnb. We had a good time. And I flew back to Phoenix. Yeah, I flew back to Phoenix that Sunday or Monday, and then I hit the road that Wednesday for Atlanta. And I drove from Phoenix to Atlanta.
So that's funny you said that, because in April, or it was June of 2017.
Yeah.
No, but I met Tasha K at 2017. Then you met her a year and a half later. And when she came to me, she didn't have 40,000 subscribers. And then that's when she asked me, did I want to take that course you talk about? I just felt like I didn't want to take a course from a drunk at that time. So I wasn't trying to be, I'm just saying. And it was working for her, but it didn't work for me. You know what I'm saying? But now at least it worked for Storm, because that was her kick, the wino thing. Everybody got their own kick about doing something. So I see that now. And no shade. You know what I'm saying? If you think I'm shade, I'm saying it out loud in front of everybody. So I just shade. You know what I'm saying? It's when you don't. So keep it real. So I'm just saying the course did you good, because Tasha K, after I gave her Mary's story, she did ask me if she wanted to train me. I just was no blogger, so I didn't want to do that.
And I get that.
So let's go forward. So now you done got there, you done got your feel in. So how long did you stay in the Airbnb, or did you go ahead and buy you a place, or rent you a place? What happened with that? So how did that go?
Oh, yeah. So, okay. So mind you, I only had like $600 on my Capital One.
You went out there with your $600. You moved out there with your $600 in your pocket. That's what you call taking a chance. That's what you said, take a chance on your success. $600? Go, bro. Go.
Yeah. And so, and I remember because my rent was like $11.17. That was the rent. That was the rent. So got down there, and I was like, well, I'm gonna need a place. And so she never signed the place, but what we did was she wrote me up like a fake employment letter so I could just get the apartment. Because in Atlanta, it's a lot easier to get apartments there because they deal with entrepreneurs all the time. So as long as you show them some kind of letter of intent, you pretty much got the place. My credit was good. I at least, even when I didn't have no money, I kept my credit together. I will give myself that. And so yeah, got on in there, and I had a job. I got hired at Papados, and then that didn't work because it ain't meant for me to be no server. That was just not gonna work. And then I ended up working for Amazon. And so I would make my videos and work for Amazon. And let's see, I got there July 2019. I quit Amazon in November of 2019.
And you just quit because you just said, forget it, I just want to do this full time, or you had something?
Well, that was the goal anyway, and I was close to my goal. But what happened was I almost flipped over the Amazon van. Um, I almost flipped it over one day, and then I went back to work, and I had got stuck in somebody's yard because in Georgia, out in the country, people got these long, drawn out yard, and then when it rains, it's muddy, so the
Right.
vans get stuck. And I'll never forget, I got stuck in this man's driveway, this white man, and he came out, and he was very understanding, very cool. But then I was just like, but what if he wasn't, right?
Luckily,
And
because
then
that's Georgia.
I remember the other time because for some reason they always gave me the routes in the all white areas for whatever reason. So I used to have to drive past Lake Lanier out to like I think it's called Cumming, Georgia. Yeah, Cumming towards Gainesville, Georgia, or whatever. So go out there, and I used to see like the racist black dolls that white people have in their yards. Like they look like those old depictions of how they used to say black people look
Like
like.
black faces. Yeah.
Black
Like
faces,
black
yes.
faces.
So I saw a lot of those. I had to muscle up on a pit bull one time. I ran from a German Shepherd another. I didn't know I could run that fast. Ran from a German Shepherd another time. I muscled up on the pit bull. I was because I couldn't run, and he broke the chain, and so I started barking back, and then he fell back. I was like, "Damn, okay." I was like, "All right." But I never forget that this white man came out his house, and he didn't have no shirt on. It was summertime, but he had a big old swastika on his chest. Like he had the shaved head, shaved head, blue eyes, like very much a skinhead. And he was just like, "Where's my package?" And I remember looking like, "Oh shit." I was like, "Damn, I'm fucked." Because I'm like, "Damn." But he was cool and he was very nice, very respectable and all that. But I just say that to say it was shit that kept happening. And then I almost flipped over the van and a voice told me, "Don't bring your ass back to work." And there's one thing about me, I listen to that voice.
Right.
If my voice tell me to stop talking to you, quit a job, don't go, stay at home, I listen.
So you didn't get no more jobs after that? You went straight with straight with YouTube stuff?
Yeah, that was it. Because mind you, before that, I had a MacBook laptop. I had to sell that to pay my car note. I was supposed to get like 800 for it. Yeah, I was supposed to get 800 for it. Long story short, didn't even really get what I was supposed to get because I was that desperate and I needed it like right now. So I only ended up getting, I want to say 5 something for the computer. So I paid the car note. I took $125. I got an Asus laptop from Walmart. I don't even know if they still make it, but it was only $125. And so I used to, I had the little, the dinner trays from Family Dollar. So I would prop up the iPhone on the dinner tray. I would record. I would send the video to Google Drive. I would download it to that cheap computer, and I would sit and edit it. And I went from. I'm trying to see. I think that was the first month I made $5K in a month
On YouTube.
But the month before that, I had maybe made $700, $800.
So it kept going up as you did it.
I mean, that's more than quadruple to go from 800 to 5,000.
Yeah. That's
But
a
I was
hustle, y'all.
hustling. I was focused. I was like, I gotta make this work. So yeah.
So once you got your 5,000, you was kind of cool then, could pay up some of your bills, chill a little bit. You could start.
Now, what a lot of people didn't know, like I had been carrying over bills for so long because I hadn't been working in so long. So it was like money came in and I was always paying stuff off. But no matter what, the money still came in somehow. And it just worked. It just worked. And then that stuff happened at work. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this full time and I'm going to get serious about it. I was also heavy into meditation at the time. I got to be honest about that. Oh God, I used to do some crazy stuff, Essie. Oh man, I used to do some crazy stuff.
Online, you talking about?
No, my personal life, like my manifestations. I remember, I remember when I was trying to like really brainwash myself into like money and just saying I'm wealth, I'm rich, I'm wealth, I'm self-employed, I'm a business owner, I'm this, I'm that. When I was trying to like really make it happen, y'all know that like now run that stuff Tina Turner do. So I used to play the YouTube video of it, and I would listen to it like 200 times in a row. And then there's like this Jay-Z and Beyonce song called Boss or something about money. And it just constantly says like, I'm a boss, I got money. I would listen to that song like 500 times. I became super, super obsessive. Like craziness. It was a little crazy. I can't even lie.
Okay, so did Tasha K help you out financially at all? She just said, come on down there. You had faith. You came with your $600. You got your jobs. But did she help financially, help you any type of way? Which now, let me say this before you answer that question. Tasha K is a very talented young lady. No matter what things have transpired in the past, she is talented. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things that she, to me, should have did differently on a platform, because I met Tasha K first, and I know for sure that I gave her first start. I know that she would be a good entrepreneur and a good person to work for. But at the time, you say one thing to me and you do another, then you break your bond to me. Your word is your bond. I'm from the South. I see people sign contracts all day long, and they allude to the fact, give you a dream of something. And then when you get there to that dream is gone. So when you got to Tasha K, did that dream manifest into what you wanted to manifest, or what happened? Because there was some sloppy stuff going on.
I had to make it work for myself. But you asked me, has she ever gave me money? So yes. So I had half the rent money. It might have been that first month or the second month, actually. I think it was the second month. And so she let me hold $439.27. And I remember, yeah, and I remember because she sent it from her Bank of America account. And I told her, I said, as soon as I get paid, I'm gonna pay you back. She said, oh, don't worry about it. And so literally, I offered her money back, and she said, don't worry about it. She did cover my meal at Applebee's once. She didn't have to. She just did because she wanted to.
That was nice of you, Tasha. You got some good qualities about yourself besides drinking.
She reimbursed me for Uber before, like if she canceled the show or whatever. So she would send me that money back. I'm trying to remember everything.
But she financially helped you out some. That's what you're saying.
Once, yeah. Yeah, she did. And I literally offered her money back, and she said, no, fuck that. You came all the way down here for me. Like, that's nothing. I already knew I was going to.
And that's exactly what it should have been, too.
Yeah, I'm not even tripping off that. You know, mind you, I watched this lady make $170,000 in a month. So like she wasn't tripping all $400. But it's just the point. I don't ever want nobody to feel like I owe them something. So offered it back. She said she wouldn't take it. She refused. She was like, no, I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna just go buy me another MacBook. And she was like, you sold your MacBook? I said, yeah, I needed the money. She said, you sold your MacBook? Yeah, I needed the money. I guess she was surprised I didn't call her and just ask her for it, but no, I just sold it and kept it moving. So anyway, so that was that. That was the extent. Other than that, she didn't need to help me with anything else.
Okay, but later on down the line, because you see a lot of stuff was going on, you know what I'm saying, and you had met her, you done did all this shit, they put you in the game, you learned the game. Where did the red flag come in at? Because somewhere the red flag came in at. What was the first time you red flagged Tasha K and knew she wasn't right?
Wasn't right, or just the situation wasn't right for me?
Well, that's two different things. Okay, so wait. Yeah, it is two different things, but you never would have went there if it had been for her. So if the situation was right, you went there because you thought it was going to be right. So even though it flagged you and it wasn't right, like your situation would have been continued to be right if you had been with her. You know what I'm saying? If y'all had been alone. So what made you kind of look at her differently after all she had done, everything that happened? How did y'all start getting kind of off? You know what I mean?
Oh no. Okay, so now that wouldn't have been until 2020.
So that was about 2 years later.
Yeah. So
I mean, that time y'all were cool.
Yeah. No, yeah, we were cool. Now I remember when she first introduced me on the show, you know, the people didn't like me. So I was like, ooh, I don't think this is going to work, me being your co-host. And then we did a few podcast shows. This is all in 2019. And the people really didn't like me. She would overtalk me. She was definitely rude. would be like, how you know them big old words, just totally emasculating me. And so I knew and was aware, like, oh, this is fucked up. However, in my head, I was like, let me just put my head down and work. So I'm one of them people, even if I can't stand you, I can hold it in until the time is appropriate. Some people, if it's in their head, it's coming out their mouth. But I can hold it in and smile, and you would think it's all good, but I'm already planning my escape. But so that was that. So yeah, so 2019, the podcast wasn't working out. Now I know the podcast was never real, so to speak, right? And then I remember we were supposed to tape a couple times. She would cancel, or she was afraid of COVID, or the baby this, the baby that. So I just went on to start doing my thing. Then she did a show December of 2019, and I remember she had a red dress on. And I remember people were calling in, and they were like, "We hate your co-host. I don't know why you picked him. You should have picked somebody else. That was a horrible choice." And she was like, "I know y'all hate him, but shit, I need help down here too. Shit, can I get some help?" And I remember watching that, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm like, this ain't gonna work. With me working with her, I still didn't have nothing against her personally. Just me working with her. I was done December of 2019. But since my contract wasn't up until 2022, then I said, okay, I'm just put my head down and work and just stick in there. But I knew it wasn't gonna work then. I had applied for a mortgage. I was gonna buy this townhouse in Lithonia, Georgia. It was like 125. Excuse me. It was 125. And I remember after I saw that show where the people were like, they hate me, I was like, oh, I ain't gonna stay in Atlanta that much longer. And so I turned the house down, turned it down and all that. But I did that another time too. But yeah. But anyway, so as far as not working with her, I knew that was over December 2019.
That was tacky though, the way she did that. I know y'all hate him. I mean, how did that make you feel? I've been like, I would have,
I mean, I wasn't mad at her. You gotta remember,
address that like that, knowing you sitting there in front of me.
No. She didn't. No, I was not in front of her. She was doing her own show. I just was tuning in and watching.
Oh, okay.
I was not there. Yeah, no, I was literally like laying in bed, just watching. It was Christmas. I'm literally just watching, and I was like, all right, okay. So I left that at that. Okay, so then we get into March of 2019. I was gonna bounce from Atlanta then. Then she was like, no, please stay. Like, don't leave so soon. And I said, you know what? I said, I don't ever want her to be able to say, I gave up on her. I left before the time, before the contract was up. I didn't want her to be able to use, well, I'm pregnant and I'm going to get to him. I promise y'all. I'm going to get, the baby this, the baby that. Because people with kids is always using their kids as an excuse. So that was that. So then in 2020, we got into it over another blogger.
Who was the blogger? What you get into it for?
It was actually, I want to say this dude named Sean Davy Way. So, long story short, I was doing my show where I was talking about my childhood. I was talking about the Steve Harvey and Bill Cosby story. It was that same night. And I happened to mention this blogger who was dragging me at the time. And I'm like, but damn, I actually, do like his content. I just hate that he drags me. Oh, Lord, I get a call the next day. You like this nigga and he talked about me and he talked about my daughter and my husband and talked about how ugly we are. And I just
you got mad because he was telling the truth. I mean, what the hell?
She was.
You get mad and you be talking about people like that.
He was hot. She was hot. And one thing about it, she can take a lot of hits. I give her that. But you talk about her body, she gets pissed. You can call her ugly. She don't trip off that. You talk about her body, she gets pissed. Like hot. But anyway, that was the whole thing. And I'm like, nah, I didn't. And she, yes, you did. And I'm like, why the fuck you gonna tell me? I was there. I was the one talking. And I said on the phone to her, I said, I was talking about my childhood. I wasn't even talking about you. So don't lie and say you knew me as a child. So then she was like, well, I can't fuck with you no more. I'm done. I'm like, okay, cool. So I blocked on everything. We didn't talk for probably 2 to 3 days. I think she called me back from her daughter's phone.
But let me make sure I got this clear. As many people she on down the internet talked about, she said Mary was dark and ugly. She didn't look in the mirror herself. And she gonna get mad because she heard you talking to this blogger, Davey, about how
I didn't even talk to him. I just mentioned him. And she like, yeah, and I heard that you watch him and you're a fan of his and he's dragging me. How you going to be a fan of somebody that's dragging me?
How shady is that? How shady is that?
No. Well, I just looked at her like she was slow. Because I'm like, that just wasn't the truth. But now I know she has somebody else in her ear. Now I know. Now everything makes more sense that
somebody went to her and say, girl, did you hear him say that about
it's her assistant. She has her assistant watch other people's content on YouTube to see who's talking about her, who's dragging her, what name and what title is she in. She has somebody to do that. And so that person was reporting back, but they're messy as fuck and they lie. And so it was nothing but a he say, she say, but for whatever reason, this assistant's word was gospel to her. So that's what it was. So we got back cool after that. I let that go. She did apologize. I let that go. Okay. Then we got into it again. I want to say over the Jaguar Wright stuff when everybody was dragging her.
I want to talk about that a little bit after we get through with her. But go ahead.
Yeah. So So she said she didn't care, but baby, when y'all was dragging her about that Jaguar Wright stuff, oh, she was living it behind the scenes. She was hot, and then tried to blame me and flipping on me. And I'm like, how was it my fault that people are dragging you? She said, you blocked me from your chat. I never blocked. I don't know why people think I'd be blocking them from my chat. I didn't block you. Yes, you did, but I understand you want your own thing, and I get it. And I'm like, I never blocked you. You're letting people talk bad about me. Never did that.
Don't y'all find that amazing that her drunk ass be sitting up there on the mic talking about everybody, and as soon as somebody say she ugly, she upset, and you know it's the truth? Where they do that at? I mean, I could be the ugliest broad in the world. If you say I'm ugly, then fine. But how you gonna get mad at someone else and you do the same thing too, if not worse? Tasha did that shit worse than other people and lied on people, not even telling the truth for people. You gonna get mad? Girl, you must knew that was true. Stop playing. Everything that nigga said was true. Now you'll maybe go back and find that interview. Boy.
It was a whole mess. And then I remember I said, well, you interviewed Jaguar. You asked for that. I didn't ask you to do, because me and Jaguar was taking over the internet. I'll never forget, we had 20,000 people watching us live. Like everybody was talking about us.
You had Jaguar first though, right? She didn't get it first. You got Jaguar first. Who got Jaguar first? If I'm not mistaken, did you get it first?
I did, yes.
That's what I thought.
Before Tasha, yes. I wasn't Jaguar's first interview, though. I was not. I was just, thank you, Nicole. Appreciate that. I was just the interview that stuck.
Right.
Yeah, because she did other interviews that went viral. She did it, I think, with Real Life Productions. She was already doing it, but it was just something when me and her got together, it clicked. And she's never been able to replicate that. So yeah, that's just what it was. So
was it something in there shady that you ended up with Jaguar? You started doing an interview with Jaguar. So why would your interview? So did Tasha say, yo, Storm, let me holler at Jaguar. I want to get an interview too. How did that go?
No. So initially, Tasha did not want to interview. So initially, Tasha did not want to interview Jaguar. But after Jaguar roasted Alicia Keys on my show, that's when Tasha K wanted to interview her. I'm gonna read these comments that she get back. Folks was green with envy over those interviews. Oh my God. People were dragging her because you and Jaguar had a good interview and she got jealous and called that lady for an interview and bashed her. Storm and Jaguar was a classic. Yep. It was a classic. That is. What a time to be online. Like, it was the pandemic. It was just a lot. It was a lot.
Well, did you think Jaguar was cool? Did you like Jaguar? What you thought about Jaguar as a person? Jaguar
was cool, but hold on, let me finish because I don't want to forget. So I don't know if you know, but Tasha K used to be cool with Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys.
Okay.
So Swiss Beats' mother is a doula. That was Tasha's doula.
What's that?
The lady that helps you like when you have a natural birth at home.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who mama was that?
Swiss Beats' mama.
Oh, she was like one of the housemaid nurses, like
yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know this, but I had met Swiss Beats' mother like 3 times. I didn't know who it was. I had been to her house 3 times. I didn't know who she was. So, you know, Tasha told me, like, you can drag anybody on this internet, but you cannot talk about Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats because I'm cool with them. I said, okay, it's a million other people I can talk about, right? And so when Jaguar came on my show, when she started going in on Alicia Keys, calling her a dyke and you can't sing and just going in, and I was trying to redirect the conversation, but there ain't no redirecting Jaguar. And I got that call. I already knew. Hey, let me get her number. Let me talk to Jaguar. Jaguar was happy to do the interview with Tasha K. Tasha K did it. Basically, an interview to discredit Jaguar. That's what it was. To me, looking back, it looked like an Illuminati thing. It looked like Tasha K got a call and was like, you need to handle that. Because higher ups, they do use media to push certain people or sometimes to discredit certain people. It is what it is. The media is powerful. I can make anybody look like anything on my show.
Right.
You know, so it is what it is. And so after that, it was just a huge fallout, and you know.
So from 1 through 100, how much do you think Jaguar was telling the truth? From 1 to 100 about everything she put on your platform, how much do you think of that was the truth? 1 through 100.
Over 65% was definitely true. Because it was stuff we had already heard. It was stuff that was kind of already out there. So it was like it was no surprise.
So that's 60%. You still got 40. The 40%, why was there a doubt?
Because some things she didn't see for herself. Some stuff she might have embellished. I don't know. I don't know, but at least a good majority of it was, yeah.
So let me ask you this. You had said something about something went down and Tasha K wanted you to sign a note to say shut up, basically, right? Some kind of something, because something had went down, or they wanted you to say something, but what's that about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Did she want you to sign some kind of disclosure because there was a lie going on and she wants you to ride with that lie? What was the disclosure about?
No, I had already signed the NDA technically, but no, Tasha K and her assistant brought in this guy onto the team named Vaughn. Y'all know who Vaughn is. He's living his life, so I'm not going to bring him too much into this because there's legalities around it, so I kind of can't.
But I'm going to cover you because that was then and this is now. That's the truth.
No, I mean for him. It's stuff that he had. Yeah. And me and him cool, so I'm not trying to.
Okay. So Storm said chime down. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not trying to drudge up old stuff on him because he's really living his life and doing his thing. But anyway, Vaughn came around and he was brought in like, oh, he part of the team. Okay, cool. Me and him end up hitting it off. We got cool. But then all of a sudden, Vaughn can't be around no more. Vaughn disrespecting Chelsea. He tried to rape Chelsea, allegedly. And they wanted me to go with this lie that this man laid on top of Chelsea with no clothes on, that he put a head in between the washer and dryer, which don't make sense because they had stackables. It was a lot, right? And so I would not go with this lie. I'm not going to lie and say somebody raped somebody that didn't. I'm just, or even imply, you know, because people were trying to imply certain things. I'm not doing that.
So they wanted to, let me make sure I got this clear. So Tasha K wanted you to embellish, go with this lie and say that her assistant Chelsea got raped?
Not that she didn't use that word, but what she said was Vaughn laid on top of her without no clothes on, and Chelsea had to tell him to get off of her. And you know, Storm, I would hate for your name to get caught up in that. Because you know you have all female subscribers, and you know because me and Vaughn used to have a podcast, and she say, "Well, you know, you and Vaughn, y'all talk about sex a lot, and y'all be talking about these women that y'all fucking, even though I wasn't even really fucking nobody like that." And she like, "I would hate for you to get caught up in a rape case later." So it was like a week of her constantly bringing up rape case. Deshaun Watson.
Plotting on this guy. So was it some kind of beef? Why would she even do that to this guy, Vaughn? What would be the purpose? What would be her motive?
She did all of that for her assistant. She did all of that for her assistant. They brought him onto the team. Then all of a sudden he couldn't be a part of the team no more for whatever reason. Their relationship was breaking up for whatever reason. I don't know. But they wanted Vaughn to fall in line, and he's just not that kind of nigga. That he's not going to do that. And so when they saw that wasn't going to work, oh, he got to go, and you can't be cool with him no more. But it's like, wait a minute, I actually fuck with him. He cool people. Y'all done talk us into doing this podcast, so we doing numbers, we doing work. Now it's a problem, and so anyway, it was a week of her just calling me and just mentioning rape. She had the Cardi B trial going on at the same time. It was something else going on in the news too. It was a whole lot going on. And I remember that last conversation with her. I said, you know what? I'll stop fucking with him. I'll stop doing the podcast. I said, but yeah, I'm going to cut all y'all off for 6 months. Because one thing I know is that I'm the energy source. I'm not trying to put myself on no pedestal, but I am the star. Okay? They was really all fighting over my attention, darling. I'm just gonna be real, right? So I knew if I removed myself from this mountain of niggerdom and thought-like behavior, I said, oh, that shit gonna fall apart, and I'm gonna figure out who lying, who telling the truth. I just gotta remove myself. And so yeah, that's what it was. My car got stolen around that time. I'm trying to think what else happened around that time. Yeah, it was a lot. And somebody said your discernment is on point. I've always had good discernment. I know just when to get away from somebody. Like I know when to cut somebody off.
But it's just sad to know that. Okay, so he laid on top of her. That's
not true. It didn't happen.
But I'm just saying, you alluded to the fact of that it didn't happen. So y'all just went behind closed doors and make up stuff on him for what though? That's what I'm getting. Ain't like he's no crazy. So why would you do that?
When you're dealing with the narcissist, it don't matter. So that's what I learned. Like, even though we overuse the word narcissist, right? A lot of people have narcissistic traits, but they're not full-blown narcissists. But I believe Tasha K is one, Donald Trump is one, Nene Leakes is one. Basically, when you're talking to somebody like that, they don't have a difference between the truth and a lie. Right. It's just I say whatever I have to say to win the conversation or to get you to look at me a certain way, whether it's I want you to look at me as a victim or I want you to look at me as the leader, whatever it is. So I cut the shit short, removed myself, blocked everybody from everything, and kept it pushing. And baby, you would have thought I killed somebody. Me simply just not speaking to nobody, removing myself, you would have thought I committed murder. It was insane.
Were they coming at you? Were they mad? Tasha was mad?
Yeah.
So was she threatening you? Because when you signed that contract with Tasha K, what was the factor of you signing the contract? And then she made you sign something saying that you won't talk about her business?
No, yeah. So it was
something, but she talk about everybody else's business. What y'all think about that? But
okay. And I know like it's so I know a contract sounds like so, heavy and like, oh my God, what was it? But no, we had an agreement that we were going to do certain things to get me to 100,000 subs within a year. That was basically the agreement. So, okay, you're going to work with us. You're going to be the co-host. These are your duties and responsibilities. That's really what the contract was. Just saying you're going to show up to film. You're going to be professional. You can't be anti-Semitic. You can't say anything against LGBTQ. It's a couple other things. You can't associate with anybody who's anti-Semitic or anti-LGBT.
So you can search up no gay folks?
No, people that are against gay people.
Okay.
This was back when she was trying to break into Hollywood, so she was trying to stay clean. Neutral, yes. So that was really all the contract was. Like, we're gonna provide you a camera, you're gonna be the co-host, these are your duties. And that's what it was. And the NDA was just saying, like, when we working on a project, you're not gonna go leak it to the internet. That's really all it was. It was very standard, nothing crazy. Because I wasn't gonna sign nothing crazy. But it was a business agreement to work together to build my own platform. That's just what it was. And so I just ended up growing way quicker than what they expected.
So after you found the factor of them being drunks, liars, and other things, I'm just saying, because you got to be
She was
real.
not drunk around me. I have to be honest. She was not drunk around me. I barely ever actually saw her drink.
Well, does she be acting on the show? She don't be drunk. She do. I mean,
I don't know what she doing now. Not back
when she
then.
was on the show and she was drinking, that was getting drunk, right?
She would drink, but she would sip. She wouldn't drink as much as it would look like.
Okay.
Sometimes she would get very comfortable, and then she'd be like, "Damn, I'm getting fucked up." But I can't say like I was around her and she was drunk and falling out. That's not true.
Oh, that's good. Then you ain't no real wino. Okay. Girl, you baby lucky, Storm. Kind of co-sign for a little bit because I look at you as a drunk girl. So, Storm, go ahead. Okay, so all this had transpired. So you really walked away. The final straw was when that you felt like you got to lie about the situation with this gentleman.
That, and if you do that to him, you'll do that to me.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And that's what you was really worried about. So after that happened, that situation, you pretty much was done.
Yeah.
So the Jaguar thing, did that happen before or after that part with this guy?
Yeah. Me and Jaguar stopped talking. That was 2021. I want to say that was 2021.
And why did you and Jaguar stop talking?
Jaguar got to be too much. Jaguar wanted to be on the phone all the time. Jaguar wanted to meet me in person so bad, and I would never let her do it. Jaguar would randomly call me and say, "Storm, they're after you." And I'm like, "Jaguar, who's after me?" "Them people. But we're gonna take over. We're gonna bust down all the pedophilia in the industry." "Okay, Jaguar, you have a good night." She'll call me another time. "Storm,
Was she drunk?
I'm gonna be I will probably. I'm gonna be in Miami tomorrow. I know Gloria Estefan's people. I need you there. I'm not coming to Miami, Jaguar." "Well, I just want to let you know I'm so proud of you, Storm. And I know your parents are proud of you. And I want you to take it in and enjoy everything that you're accomplishing and everything that you're doing. Just stop and smell the roses." So it got to be a lot with her. And then I had a little situation with a prostitute, which I told the story on the show. And I changed my phone number. And I was like, "Man, I'm not giving Jaguar my new phone number. She do too much. I'm good on her." And then Jaguar got pissed about that. And then Jaguar tried to bring me a story lying on another blogger and another famous person saying that they committed pedophilia.
Oh, no.
And I said, "I don't want this shit. I'm not finna lie on nobody." I wasn't even cool with it. Yeah.
You knew it was going to be a lie. Did she
I
say,
already knew it was a lie.
oh, but she ain't say, "Yo, I want you to come tell this lie." She just gave it to you. You knew it was a lie.
She was trying to call me to give me the story. I had already changed my phone number and I didn't give it to her, so she had to call Tasha. And so Tasha was like, "Well, email me the shit then." "Well, I don't have proof. You just gonna have to take my word for it." And Tasha told her, she was like, "Well, I don't think Storm really fucking with you right now because you've been doing too much and you've been lying on him." And Jaguar went to these other. Okay, this is what I told Jaguar. Let me back up. When me and Jaguar was trending the internet, I told her, "Let's make your own platform." I tried to get her to make her own channel. I was like, "I help you. Let's do it. Let's do it now." Wow. Because I said, all this is going to get old. She said, no, I like working with you. Okay. So then she would leave my show and then she would go on some nigga show with 30 subscribers. And then she would be here and she would be there. And then she lied and said that me and her conspired against another YouTuber. And I was like, we never had that conversation at all.
Who she told that to?
She told that it was on this dude. His name was Willie Vanilli. Some curly headed dude. He ain't even got a channel no more. And she went on there and she said, yeah, me and Storm, we conspired against this other YouTuber. And I was like, we didn't fucking do that. I ain't out here trying. I'm like, nah, bitch, don't get me caught up in no shit behind your ass. Now listen, I might do a lot of shit, but I'm not actually out here on no evil shit.
Yeah.
So I cut her off, went out of town. The prostitute situation happened. To change her phone number, didn't give it to Jaguar. And then, she tried to bring me that pedo story. I wasn't gonna bite at that anyway. And yeah, that was the end of that.
And you haven't spoke to Jaguar since?
Nah, not on the phone. Not on the phone, no.
Do you miss any other relationships like with Jag or
no.
Tasha K? You don't miss Tasha K?
We had some good times. I'm not gonna lie, but I can never get fully comfortable around her.
That's the issue.
To be honest, when it came to her, I liked everybody in her camp more than her. Like her husband was cool people. Jasmine was cool people. Like, I think I met her dad and met like her best friend and her husband. Like, they was all cool. Like, everybody around her was cool. It was just her that was the maniac. But nah, I can never fully get comfortable. And she used to tell me, it's okay, you could be vulnerable with me. And I'm like, I'll never be vulnerable with you. Like, are you crazy? You record people, everything's recorded. I know that. So, if you can never really just relax around somebody, that relationship ain't gonna work. No way.
Now I'm going to ask you this question.
Yes.
Because she to me have slight tendencies, or maybe it's just her way she act, because somebody that said about me before, but I love straight men, so I ain't never messed with no woman on level. But that's only because people didn't know who I was sleeping with. Dude, Tasha, she was so worried about Winton, and she was in a gay chat room. Do she lick a little bit? Does she go both ways? Have you ever known how to mess with a woman? Because what are you doing in the gay chat room? You just breezing through? Because I always found that funny when she came to me about somebody being in a chat room and you saw them in the chat room, a gay chat room at that. You want to point out this boy in the gay chat room, but I need to know, why was she in the gay chat room? Do she swing both ways, or how'd that go?
Listen, she's never confirmed that with me. Now, what she told me was, after she gets divorced, the next dude she get with gonna be an old nigga in his 50s because they only want to fuck once or twice a week. So she didn't like having sex with her husband. Now, I remember that. I had heard she had a little girlfriend in LA. That's what I heard. But I don't know that for a fact. But do I believe it? Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, once she told me she was in the gay chat room, straight up Tasha K, he ain't got to tell me you were in that chat room looking for somebody straight.
And her assistant also let it slip what her and her husband did when they went on vacation, which I will not repeat on camera. I'll tell you off camera. When I repeat on camera. But her assistant let it slip. And I said, ooh. I said, well, that's legal over there. And I left it at that. And I moved on. But they know that. They know that in the chat. That's nothing new.
Well, I just want to know because I just find it strange because I'll go to chat, but like I ain't looking for no gay person. That means I want some cootie cat. Ain't nobody trying to go that way when you like a brother. So that just kind of made, me look at things differently. So through this whole situation, Storm, of this whole journey, Tasha K, Jaguar, some of the people you interviewed, I mean, do you like it? Is this your glitch? Is this what you really want to do? I mean, I know you want to go to the porn section, do the little porn, See, if y'all missed it in the beginning, Storm say he want to be that porn star, baby. He ready to let it all swing out with some Timberland boots on and greased all up and walking in there with studded down, baby. But he'll do this for right now. But if you're looking for someone who wants to do porn or something in boots, y'all holler at Storm because he's looking for you. I'm just saying.
That, I mean, if I'm being honest, yeah, that's like I had even told Conscious CV, I'm like, if I could just get paid if I could get paid to have sex and paid to travel, I would leave this shit tomorrow.
So if I can find you a job now, I can get you a little hookup now. But I kind of like you out here on this because
I know, and I know that, like, you know, it's one thing. I know that if I cross that line of really doing adult films, like, I'm talking about really like officially like crossing that line, then it's kind of hard to go back. Even though I wouldn't want to go back, but it's just people look at you differently after. Even though there are awesome adult stars that did become mainstream, you got James Dean, you got James Dean, Sterling Cooper, Ricky Johnson.
But that would be one of your go-to if you want to do something different and step out. You know, because a lot of people ain't got enough courage to walk out like that or do those kind of things. So just to know you got the courage, that would be one of your things that you would want to do.
You know how like we have those guilty pleasures, like that's. And when I think about my life, especially because I ain't really trying to get married and have no kids, no way. Like, oh my God, to just travel the world and like live in exotic places and just go to set, perform, keep it moving. You know, I have to use my brain so much in my job, and I kind of sometimes want to turn my brain off, do my job, and then move on. They said that's trashy as hellstorm. I got a trashy side to me. I don't know what to tell you.
So let me hit K for you. See what y'all do. Y'all be on this internet and y'all see all this, and you just see Storm, but you don't think he human. You ain't been back in the cut nowhere, and you ain't never thought of that nasty. Stop playing, K. You know you have to. But if you don't want us to know your business, that's fine too. What y'all need to take accountability for is when Storm came out here and I said I want to put him on a hot seat. He answered everything I wanted him to answer, and he had no hesitation to it. Y'all allude to the fact that he's supposed to be what you call yourself on here, a blogger, but y'all don't think bloggers human. That's why half of y'all on the platform was Storm right now and minding everybody else's business because you had one way you look at a celebrity, but they get divorced, they lie, they cheat, they steal, they talk smack because they're human. K and everybody else today. Stop giving people allude to the fact of what you think they should be. It ain't nasty. You just ain't freaky enough. That's just that simple. Nasty is what nasty does. Some people got freak in them and some people don't. It's okay. That don't make him nasty. That just make him know that, like, don't come his way if y'all ain't freaky today. So I'm just keeping it real. So don't look at it like that because there's a lot of nasty sisters right now in this thing. But do you think you gonna come and tell me and Storm that y'all nasty, or you want to do a threesome? You're not gonna do it. But if you want to make it like y'all Miss Buttercup, okay, do that. So Storm, now you want to go back up and see, because I know we had some conversations. I know some people that left some petty comments. I'll let Storm do some, but if you attack Storm, then I'm gonna check everybody he put up if it's an attack on there. So I'll let him do the good comments because really, at the end of the day, we don't know you guys and behind your closed doors. I respect them to the fullest because these were things I want to know. I seen a lot of bloggers putting Storm face on the page and saying stuff. Why should I go look? Because I'm loyal to him and he's loyal. So I'm not gonna go listen to what somebody else say. I want to have my own day and ask him myself. Nothing was rehearsed. Everything was authentic. So it is what it is. So everybody has their, they could feel any kind of way they want to. But I bet y'all ain't gonna tell us half of the stuff that Storm told. Half of y'all will be lying and you won't even tell the truth about it because you ain't got that kind of credibility or you ain't got that kind of knowability to do it. So stop playing, you guys. And maybe you had been more freaky, you might have somebody. I don't know. What's the problem? So let's go. And I ain't throwing no shade. I'm just keeping it real. Like
you good. They what was your next question though?
What's on the gift? Throw some of the question up there because I seen some going up. See, Gibson say get in, say speak. That's true, right? Come on, you got a good side and people got a freak side of them. We ain't just learned about his freaky side. We learned about everything.
Storm, what's your Venus and Mars in your birth chart? I would have to go look again. I don't remember. I have to go look again.
Dutch is into that.
You like dark skinned women or light
That's a
skin?
good question. 007.
Both. I mean, it's all about. You know what? I'm not really a looks person, believe it or not. I don't trip off skin tone. That's like ridiculous. But and a lot of y'all need to stop that shit too. All day, he gotta be he gotta be black. Whatever. Anyway,
Well, have you went white to get right?
my first girlfriend was white. Yes.
Yeah, see there, see there, see there. So you dipped in the vanilla, huh?
Yeah. And that was interesting experience in itself.
See, y'all got experience of things. Don't get mad because you at home sitting old. You ain't tried half of the stuff. So and I'm old too. So I'm just saying, I'm listening myself. But like, if the tables were turned, certain things might have been different. I probably would have still been an activist, but things would have been different. So
Yeah.
no harm, no foul. That a person can come up and tell you their whole life story. That's good. At least we ain't gonna find out about it now when he get famous and stuff. We know who he is. He ain't got nothing to hide. He's like open doors. So when he be famous, y'all ain't got to worry about it. You know everything about him. Get to
Yeah,
the next one.
I already told you. Let's see what else.
Let me get my glasses.
Actually, I could definitely see Storm with a white woman. See, why gotta do that?
Well, Storm, you got that like little personality that you can blend. You get white, you get a little, but I don't think Storm will be stuck up. You know, no disrespect to black men, and if you come saying it, I'm just saying what it is. Y'all black men get white women, and you act like that's a token on your arm. Every woman that's a token on your arm, but when you get a black sister and she a queen, you better know what it's supposed to really mean. You know what I'm saying? Because we are kings and queens in this. You just don't recognize it. And them same white girls that you got on your arms are the same one taking all your money while you sleep.
Well, I will say this: Black coochie is the wettest, without a doubt.
Oh, check it out. Put T-Mac conversation up there.
Storm, how much more experience than you think you need before you settle down? You know what? I'm actually good. At this point, I'm just chilling. Like, okay, so we didn't get into this part, but I had went like 4 years without having sex. Before that, I was raised. It's weird because I was born out of wedlock, and my mama and daddy had full blown fucking sex lives and love lives and all that. But my mom definitely brought me up with, you should wait until you get married. That's not how God wants you to live. All that bullshit that she wasn't following. So anyway, I'm just saying, Eliza, hey, thanks for the money. But yeah. So I dealt with that, and then I lost my virginity. I was 18 going on 19, I want to say. Because I was in college. So yeah, 18 going on 19. Didn't have sex a couple more times, then didn't have sex for like 4 years. So a lot of times people say, "Oh, Storm, you change from when we met you." But you guys got to understand, when y'all met me, I was pure. I was literally not having sex with nobody. When you start having sex with people, you change spiritually. It is what it is. So
yeah.
I'll leave it
there. Okay, so somebody asked up in the chat, what is our celebrity crush? It was right before T-Mac. What would be your celebrity crush? Now, me, I don't really have a celebrity crush, but I had met Cat Williams, and me and Cat Williams real cool. I really think he waiting on me, y'all. I'm just saying. You want me to see you show you the picture? I gotta go find it. Got a little bouquet. He said, when you ready, come and get me. And in 2016, I was gonna go out there with the Cat was. He was gonna fly me where he was at. Long story, yeah. We was very cool for a long time. But I didn't get that personal part of him, or the part he could see, because I was already married to Rerun, you know what I'm saying? And all that stuff was going on. But then at that time, Fred had passed, but I was still in something with someone else. So I didn't want to like put Cat in the middle of that. So if I would say my celebrity crush now, and I really ain't had a celebrity crush, I just would want to talk to Cat, and I'm thinking about contacting him just to see, you know what I'm saying, where his mind is at, because he was a very good gentleman when I first came out to California. He treated me like a queen. Every time I went to Hollywood Park, he made sure I was right there with everything I needed. So
that's
that's
dope.
what about you, Storm? Who's your celebrity crush?
I don't feel like I have one no more.
No more. So who was it before you didn't have
I
one?
mean, it used to be Rihanna, but then now that she's a mom, now it's just not. It don't hit the same. You know, it just don't hit. It's like okay. I'm trying to think who before that. I'm really trying to think. Keke Palmer before she.
I like Keke. I like Keke.
I feel like in real life, I could date somebody that looked like that. Like it would make sense. You know how sometimes we look at celebrities and people be like, they way out of your league. But like in real life, somebody like that would be cool.
Keke or Rihanna, or both of them, either one of them.
Keke, yeah. Keke just talk too damn much. That's the only thing with her. You can tell.
But she seems like she got a good personality about herself.
Yeah.
And she real, you know what I'm saying? She be throwing them in the window. She can shade you without being shade.
True.
So let me ask you this, Storm. Through this whole journey of you blogging and you doing your thing, what are the good aspects that you learned from this? And what are the bad aspects that you learned from this? What was good about this whole situation and what was bad about it? I'm sure the good hopefully outweigh the bad, but on both levels, what was the worst thing and what's the best thing?
Okay. I'll start with the worst. The worst thing is just losing I don't know if the right word is autonomy. Not anonymity, because of course my name is out there. So I think the right word is autonomy. So like sometimes I go somewhere and I just want to like I don't want to be Storm that's on. I just want to like I really just want to eat. But it's like, oh my God, I know you from you. Oh my God. Like I don't hate it. You know, I love it, but then it's like, okay, you have a good day. Like some people get a little weird. Or like I remember I lived at these apartments and the receptionist watched me. So it's like, damn, I don't even have privacy now because she could go leak where I live to the internet. You see what I'm saying? So it's little things like that. I'm like, damn. That's really the bad part is just not having privacy. Or even like sometimes when you be like, damn, what if I want to just get a little side job just real quick? You know, the good thing here's what has helped me. Because I'm black famous, not white famous. So if I just stay like in white areas, I'm good.
Wow.
But when I'm in black areas, it's oh my mama watch you. Oh, what you doing here? And I be loving it, don't get me wrong, but then sometimes it be like, I'm trying to stay on the low. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And all the good?
Oh, the good, I've been able to change my life. Been able to definitely do things for my mom that I wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. I literally now have a career. And I can go whatever way I want to go with it, you know, whether I want to go behind the scenes, I want to push this forward, if I want to go into acting, whatever it is, I have a name for myself. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Tina Marie said if he would have a larger audience if he kept it real about his sexuality. What? I don't give it.
Okay, so like what's your sexuality to T Marie? You like since you want nobody else. I mean, he said he don't like men. I mean, so y'all want to make him like men, right? Because I have a ex father-in-law and he's all man, but sometimes I thought he was a little sweet. You know, you do got an X chromosome and you got a Y chromosome. So if you got an X chromosome and a Y, one may outweigh the other, but that don't mean that take away your masculinity. So let's go. So I'm gonna help you out here. Now I'm all woman, and I like all men. I love men. But when I was in Georgia, they had a rumor saying that I was a dyke or gay. Now I'm trying to figure out how they felt that way because I'm hard, because I'm a little gangster a little bit. Oh, okay. But that don't mean I like licking coochie. But if that's what you want to say, then let you say it. Can't no woman ever come tell you I'd have been nowhere between them. I had a girlfriend that did it once and I started looking at her sideways. But people gonna always allude to the fact. But when y'all jump on that mic and say if he be honest about his sexuality, you ain't even showing your face being honest about who you are. So why you get off like coming like that? So if he said he liked to rub on a man, would that make his personality different? You know what I'm saying?
I've literally had people say that. I've had so many people over the years say, you know, we just waiting on you, Storm, to join us. We just
I'm
waiting
trying to
on.
figure out how your case gonna get better. How your show gonna get better if you say you like men? What they waiting on you to? Like,
Well, you gotta understand if I was to go LGBT, that's what Hollywood is pushing right now. That's what the algorithm is pushing, even on YouTube, for as far as being mainstream. And so, since you know I'm damn good at what I do, and I have a certain kind of a look, right? Oh, and he gave they would. I would definitely get in certain doors that I don't get in now.
well, I love gay folks. I love how the men be put on their makeup, and I love all that. But I don't like women like that. You know what I'm saying? And
Women
then,
would not unsub. They would more would fucking subscribe.
yeah, yeah,
More would they would y'all
yeah.
would feel more comfortable, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, but why? So, see, that's my thing. Then take it and go unsubscribe, because that means that you're looking at the gender of who he is, but you ain't worried about what the content he putting out. See, I don't understand that. Why you ain't looking at what the deliverance of the message is, but like, are you want to get between his legs? Because I'm just saying that's a big factor on this internet, and I just want to know why. I mean, that's why I did not go on nobody page, because every page I went on, it was some type of person that want to question this man's sexuality. That made me think you want to rub on him. He ain't see between your legs either. How we know what you got while you trying to point it out? So the next person that want to know Storm sexuality or something, put your face on here. Let me see what you look like, because I can tell you if you like men or women too. You'll say men, but you probably like women. So stop playing. Stop it.
And I think what it is too, I just think like people always want to put you in a box, and so.
But see, you got to be comfortable with who you are.
Yeah.
Like if I rubbed a woman, I'd be like, yeah, I did that one time. I ain't like it. I don't want nobody.
Most of them have a cooch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pretty much most women I know is a little gay. It is what it is.
Honest with you, I ain't never want nobody with all the. I got too much titties and butt for myself, so I ain't trying to have nobody like got all this bubbling brown sugar too. I need to find something hard. All this softness, what I want some more softness for. But everybody got their own platform. Go ahead, Storm. Put that comment. Let me see what it say.
That's you saying they used to heterosexual black men that sounds uneducated. Yeah. Because I speak a certain way, some people do think sometimes like, oh, are you no?
And that say a lot about them, don't it, baby? That just say a lot about them. Come on out, Storm. If your platform would be big, if you say so, if he say he gay, then that's gonna be some other platform. That just don't make no sense. How is this platform gonna be bigger? You know what I'm saying? I like gay. I love gay women. I love gay men. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like gay women like that, because you come rubbing up on me, it'll be a problem. Now, do I discriminate? No, I don't discriminate. But don't come up here trying to come up on me either, because I told you I like men. But I love gay men because, like, they put on makeup better than women. Stop playing. They do. They put their hair on better, them lace fronts. They do that better than women. And some of y'all women get mad because them brothers take their time. When you could put your eyelashes on, they put theirs on. And I know a lot of these women trying to hit at these transgender men. I wonder, is you mad that the man look better than you in a woman drag? Then you look for yourself. Stop playing. Y'all got psychological things going on, and you really don't want to admit it, but it's fine. Those gay men, I'm going to admit it for all the women in the world. Gay men, women are upset that you put on makeup and them lace fronts and them eyelashes and them nails. Them women are upset that you look better than them. That's the truth. So don't get upset.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
It's the truth.
Let's see. Okay, what else?
And I know we ain't gonna have all good comments, but this is what it's about. And Storm, I really thank you for being so open today with me on the whole conversation. If somebody come now, they want your body. They want something about you, Storm. They want to see.
I don't want them though. I don't.
But they like when they come with your sex lights now, man or woman, and they question that. No, they want a little bit of that, Storm. That's all it is. You don't want to admit it, but I'm telling Storm, because really a woman is not going to worry about Storm's sexuality. You're going to be worried about the character he's in front of you. Why would you care if he gay or straight and we cool? And men, if you're wondering, Just tell Storm you want a little bit of that. He said he ain't gonna give it to you, but you can let him know instead of trying to throw a nigga up on the bus. You know what I'm saying? Don't get mad because he don't want your dilly lack. You know what I'm saying? He's just trying to stay back. Come on now.
Oh my God, that is funny.
It's true.
Let's see.
Yeah.
My Storm gotta be just because he's a different type of black guy. Every black dude isn't 2 Chainz or Future or Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon didn't even used to act like that until.
Come on, Kenneth, though, speaking. They don't know. You do have a lot of men who are masculine, but they have softer qualities. And you better be glad because some of them might knock the hell out you. So, all right, be a little bit smoother with it because every man is different. You got some hardcore, like gangster men. You got men, but they have a softer personality about themselves. I mean, I got a father-in-law. My son's got uncles. But if you didn't know, and they are whores to the fifth power, but I'm just saying, but they got softness, but they're whores, men whores. They will sleep with anything ain't nailed down, but their charisma about themselves, they men. I'm just saying they got this softness about themselves, but they won't mess with one. They'll sleep with anything else. But I'm just saying, so you really got to pay attention what they say about what that means.
Oh, they just said, like similar to Wiz Khalifa.
What about him?
Oh, I guess he's not like a thug, I guess. That's what they're saying.
Oh, okay. Let me spit Jolly.
Yeah, and Wiz Khalifa be knocking them down.
Look at Jay. Yeah, I was looking at what it say.
They want the women that want those manly men be the first to complain when they don't communicate or show any emotion.
Say it, Jake. Say it, baby. Right. Give me a little bit of that. Give me a little bit of that softness because I need you to hear me. You get what I'm saying? I don't need you to be so thugged out that you're not going to hear what I say because then that's going to be a problem. And I'm going to be honest with you. To now that I look at it, I can't judge. I got to see what God's going to bring to me. You guys are too busy worrying about people's sexuality instead of who they are as a person. Sexuality do not define who you are as an individual, because you may not never see what's between his legs, but that don't change who he is in front of you.
Miss Spirit Led said, keep doing you, Storm. Thank you for the $100. I appreciate that.
Y'all always show Storm love when you come on this page. That's right, y'all. Throw them dollars to them.
You know what? I have to say, the more they get to know me, the more they've been definitely keeping.
That's what makes a difference. That's what makes a difference.
I appreciate that.
And even though you done did interview Storm, I think this was a little different because, like, we went into depth. You broke it down. I'm nosy. This was an interrogation. This was not an interview because I'm nosy and I wanted to know. Okay, so like she said, whoever said that, do you, Storm, because you're doing you. And whatever you doing, Storm, you know, like Jalen, she say she want it. You can get it though, Jalen. Here it is. You know what I'm saying? Do you, Storm? It don't even matter. Let me ask you this. Do it bother you when you hear people talk about you on the internet and try to come at you like that comment? Does that bother you?
Nah, I don't trip off that because it's like.
It ain't never bothers you?
No, because, well, one, I can't help you. I can't change your perception. So why am I going to be bothered that you think something I know I ain't doing? If I wanted, let's be clear. If I wanted to fuck a dude, I would just do that.
Did you hear that?
I would that's what be getting me. Like, what would be stopping me? Because people try to say, oh, we're your family. My family would be cool with it. Oh, your daddy. My daddy would be cool with it.
But Storm ain't found nobody like that, so we don't go that way. That ain't saying. But I like that you said that.
What would be the holdup is my thing.
Because you're attracted to men. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know what? Y'all women, I hear what you're saying, but y'all had back in the day, y'all had your little fantasies, you did your little hoish things, but you're not gonna come on this platform and say it. You know what I'm saying? I've never done certain things, but did I think about doing certain things? Sure, I did. But did I go? Because no, I just thought it wasn't my flow. So in order to be real with someone else, you got to be real with yourself. That's why a lot of people identify with me on my platform, because I'm real with myself. I don't know y'all to lie to you. What is it going to be a purpose of somebody lying to you for some strangers that we don't even know?
Karen, conflicted about what though? I could just go do it.
one can be conflicted. But why they conflicted about what your man doing, Karen?
Right.
I mean, how do you know your man ain't ran up into somebody? I'm just asking. You don't.
I could just go do it. You know how many of them niggas are discreet?
A lot
I know
of
some niggas right now that is that. If I showed you these DMs.
And they married some. And they married somebody.
Married. Hardcore thug niggas.
See.
What are you talking about?
Don't
let me tell you, I would be taken care. I wouldn't even get on here and stream. I wouldn't have to.
They want you like that, Storm. Say it ain't so, Storm. Storm said, don't make me show you because I got receipts, but I might need one of these brothers. We ain't gonna do that right now. That's for you to know, for him to know, and y'all to try to find out.
They say the most DL dudes are thug. I know. I'm telling y'all this.
I seen it on Tammy. Y'all go watch Unfaithful. This was a nice looking brother. He was all up in that man's jock. I was like, dude. And if you just didn't know, you would not have knew that man was gay. So stop it. And he was thugged out, like really like, ooh, like gangster style. But he was gay. I wouldn't have known walking on the street.
I'm just saying, them be the main ones. Them be the main ones that get bent over and fucked. I'm sorry, excuse me.
She said he was nervous. Let me see.
Oh, when you asked me about Love Jones, of course.
You be getting right the ones I be looking at. What she say? Wait a minute, what?
I identify as a runner. Yeah, I'm a runner too. I still want to go through the realistic now. The end road is around the mountain, so to speak. Yeah, at 69 years old, when you get, yeah, I understand it. You don't want to just throw people away at 69. I get that.
And it don't matter, like, because I find someone that's gay, I'm not going to turn my back on them, not even if it's a woman or anything like that. I just feel like your sexual preference is your own sexual preference. What does that have to do with the person that's sitting in front of you? I don't think what between his legs identify him and who he is and what he spit out and what his content is. That's what I just want bloggers to know. Because, like, I could have went on all those blogger pages and heard what they said about Storm. But why would I do that and I know Storm myself? That's where you mess up at, because you're looking at something that you're trying to find that's not there. But if you keep searching for something, you probably can find it where you are. You looking over here, and it might be right in your house. You know it, Storm. What else now? Let's go.
Let's go.
She said good questions. Well, you know what? Wendy Williams. I liked Wendy Williams. Tasha K could have been another Wendy Williams because I mean, I gave Tasha K her first story, but Tasha K's a liar. Like, you wouldn't be in this situation with Cardi B if you had to hit proof. Like, even Wendy Williams, you talk stuff, but does proof. Everything I said on my page, you go on my platform, I ain't worried about getting sued about nothing because I can prove everything I said. So in order to be a good blogger, you got to have proof with it and don't be lying. There has been several times I seen Tasha K put up stuff and it was a lie and she had to take it down. I ain't took down nothing and ain't nobody sued me for nothing. And ain't nobody sued Storm for nothing. And they asked me to take it down because they was nervous.
Love Jones said, Storm, what do you like most about women?
Come on, Love Jones.
The energy.
Any woman?
Not any woman, the right woman for sure, but the energy. Like, when you're around a woman, it's different. It's so hard to explain. Like, if a nigga just want to be around niggas all day, y'all probably should kind of look at it a little funny. That's all I'm saying. But it's something about when you're around women, it's just, women feel like home. Like, I don't know. I mean, y'all really are meant to complete us, but they feel like home. Like, I don't know.
You know what? I'm not trying to be funny. Like, please, nobody don't feel disrespectful. Because if you call me, you talk to me, I may like you. I don't like women like that. I like men. I feel like more comfortable around men because women get these little nudiness about themselves, and then you got to worry about what's going to go on that. Same with Storm with a man. The man is coming dealing with you. Then you see that Storm got more than that man. Then that's going to cause a conflict. Me with women, I've been around women, and I found out here really somebody was jealous of me, and I was very cool with them. and there's an older person, that kind of bothered me because I'm looking at them like, you're older than me. What do I have for you to be jealous of? You've already been where I've been. I've never been jealous of a woman or anybody. So, I think it's just dependent on the person. I really do. And Storm, you be handling your situation very well. You handle the comments very well. Because I probably the cuss that everybody on the platform. I would go back question to question, just break y'all off. It might not be like you like it. I'll watch my mouth, but I would break it off. I'm just saying. So Storm, kudos to you. What she said about Tasha K?
That's a troll. They say T Mac said we will always have that energy with the man. I think it got to be the right man though.
What do you mean?
As far as like just feeling like just feeling good, just good energy. Like when a woman's good, like it's
the energy's different.
The energy's beautiful. I told them on the show, I don't even like having male housekeepers.
Why? Because
the energy not right. When a woman clean, when a woman clean, let's just say the male housekeeper did a better job of cleaning. That energy that she's gonna leave, and it's great for manifesting. Oh my God, it's great for manifesting. But it's just, it ain't nothing like it.
But you know what? At the end of the day, you guys, it's really about like what Storm is doing. Storm, I would think that you're on this platform to make a difference. I mean, I wouldn't think it was just all about money because you bring some good dynamic stories to it. So
if it was all about money, I would be doing all kinds of things on this platform and lying on people. And it's a lot of stories I could have done that I chose not to do because I don't think it's right to laugh at people's downfall. And, certain people may call me weak for that or this or that, but I have a heart. Like I remember one lady, she got put out with her kid. She got put out of her house, and I didn't think that was funny. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody getting evicted is not funny. Somebody losing stuff ain't like, that's not funny to me. So anyway.
I have to say one thing though, because I saw somebody say about a woman femininity. We are feminine and we are queens to be. But when I was younger, and I said this on the platform before, I met a young girl when I was younger, and I didn't know at the time what I know now. And you got two sets of hormones. You got the Y and you got the X. One's gonna dominate the other. But she had two parts to her. She had a ding-a-ling and a coochie. So how do you fix that? So she had both parts to her. So God created her, right? So what is she supposed to feel like? She got put in a mental ward because she wanted to be a boy, but she had titties and stuff. But her thugness, her mentality, how she acted like a dude. So how do they fit in this, you guys, when you don't really know what's between their legs and they got both parts and then they got two sets of hormones? I had a client, and she was a sweet young lady. Her mom made a comment about her. Did you talk to my son today or did you talk to my daughter? I told her, don't ever sit in my chair again because I don't want to do your hair. The young lady felt real discouraged and she would come and talk to me. And she said, do you think I should tell my mom? Because they got a facility in California where you could go and you can get your hormones checked. Her man chromosomes, I think it was Y, outrated her female. So she could never know why she felt like this. Her mama wanted a daughter, but when she went to that clinic, she had more male hormones than female hormones. So tell me how she should feel. So everybody who's walking out here and they saying they feel because they maybe man being gay, you don't know what between their legs and you don't know what their hormones say. So I don't judge people on their sexuality anymore because people say, oh, that's a sin. Oh, okay. But God made a person with a ding-a-ling and a coochie. Tell me how that fit in. So that's why I don't say nothing no more. So many things have been turned and changed around. We have to get educated for ourselves because if you don't get educated for yourself, you will be lost. And once I met Robin, and she is the masculine one, but she didn't know why, and she showed me that piece of paper, I said, damn, I wonder how many people are walking around like that. So y'all got to really think beyond like what they look like and they saying they're gay because they could be a man but have female hormones. It does happen. You know what I'm saying? One will dominate the other. And they had this law where this lady had this baby and she wanted a little girl, but he had both parts. She cut the little boy thing off, but he wanted to be, they wanted to be a girl. But when they got grown, everything about him was a boy. So they saying don't make that choice for them because they did that to that baby when she was little and cut. She had the both parts. And when she got up, she said it made her feel some kind of way because she didn't have the chance to decide who she wanted to be for herself. So really, that's why I don't look at gay people like y'all look at gay people. Now, if you're a man and you got a ding-a-ling and you dressing up and you calling women out their name, now I'll see you real quick because I'm going to check you because you got a ding-a-ling too and you trying to be a trick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't be both and call the women out their name, but you really got to educate yourself to know what's what and don't go on what people say. Educate yourself for yourself, period.
I like that. Somebody said, is this all going to be about sexuality? Nah, y'all ask different questions. We ain't got to, you know.
Now, I want to put that because the whole beginning of the conversation went about sexuality. But what I'm saying is that's the main thing that your ass sees Storm when all these bloggers doing it. That's what they talking about. Yeah. So now I want to break you off so y'all won't keep asking them that and keep running your mouth. It ain't about sexuality. It's about educating you because a lot of y'all be calling gay people faggots and sissies. You know what I'm saying? I could call you ugly and dirty. Would you like that? So think about what you're saying. All I'm saying is when you say it, because y'all observe one thing, but are you really getting educated on what it really is? Not what somebody say. And if you don't want to be educated on sexuality today, there's more damn pages that you can go on over there besides this one today. Y'all be rhyming now. Y'all better stop. One thing I want to say, a lot of your clients too, Storm, your people over here, much love to y'all sisters. And it's a lot of them that reached out to me about cases. They do call that phone number. The phone number do work. I'm going to answer my phone. The calls are monitored. But if anybody call me and they need a case or I can help them in some kind of way, that's what I do. I'm an activist. But right now, I ain't no activist. I'm a sister on this mic talking to this brother right here today. So you got different levels of me too. You get what I'm saying? 9 to 5, I'm activist. After 5, ain't no telling what you may get. That
when is a celebrity doctor coming back? Soon. I took a break because I was really trying to push interviewing certain celebrities, and it's a little hard to drag them and ask them to interview. But now I'm done with that. Everybody finna get it now.
Well, did R. Kelly call you? I mean, have you heard any more from R. Kelly?
He should be reaching out pretty soon.
I mean, is they gonna let him out, or he's stuck, or you don't know yet?
That I don't know. It's a lot of red tape around his case. So we'll.
Did you like him as a person? Or did you feel bad because of the things he had been accused of? Because one of his victims had reached out to me one time, but they were scared to tell it. And it was that girl, the Ariana, whatever, her.
Well, thank you, Arlene. I appreciate that. Appreciate that, Arlene. She sent me a donation. No, I mean, we only talk like 15 minutes at a time. He seemed to be, a cool dude, but I never met him personally, and I never been able to see him face to face.
So when you see somebody face to face, it gives you a different sense of them than talking on the phone?
Absolutely. And then you can ask real questions and get deeper.
Yeah. So any more questions? I think did anybody else? I think I wrapped it up. I think I did a tremendous job getting all this Storm business and want to know the tea. And I don't do tea, I do Kool-Aid. And I like it with a lot of sugar in it. Thank y'all.
Yeah, I feel like they got. Hold on, let's see if it's anything else.
Yeah, come good Storm. You be nice. Let me get them for you. Let me get them. And let me get them, Storm. Y'all ready? And
how do you deal with trolls? Oh, I ignore trolls. The issue with trolls is when they get too obsessive and try to stalk you and this and that. That's where it gets to be too much. But
so let me answer that too. Trolls are little ugly ass creatures that walk the earth that be on movies and stuff. Those are people behind there. So at any time it get too bad, then you got a right to do something about it. But I hate when people say trolls because they really just grown people sitting up here trying to get with you because they like something about you. Trolls are little creatures. Those are people behind that mic. That ain't just nobody wandering around, them are people. But then if they trolling you, that's something they like about you. How about that?
That's true. That's very true. You want to hear something funny, Essie?
Yeah.
Now I spent like $100, maybe $130 on this camera right here. This is the best $130 I done spent.
Yeah. Somebody say relax, Essie. I'm relaxed because if I wanted to chop you out, I would have broke all you off over here if somebody got stupid. I am relaxed, sweetie. I just don't like when somebody come at somebody that I care about and you keep being redundant and you're answering the same question because your verbiage that you are carrying is the same language that you said. You just said it in a different way.
What made you start interviewing people of different religions? I love those interviews. It's just interesting. Like, I'm somebody, I can talk to somebody that's a different religion and still respect them.
Are you
It's just,
religious?
nah, I don't, you know what? I don't know what I am. I'll be honest.
Do you carry a denomination?
I say Christian, although I stopped saying that because I felt like, how can I call myself something I don't fully understand it?
I feel like people are too busy running behind a denomination, whether you're Methodist, whether you're Baptist, whether you're sanctified, filled with the Holy, it's just one. It's one God. I don't care what denomination you up under, it's one God. So we need to get that clearly first. And there's so many things that's been added and took away from the Bible. You don't know what's the lie and what's the truth. So you really got to educate yourself for yourself. And I think all these different religions, whatever they do, at the end of the day, it ain't but one place you can go on, either that place or the other place. So it all equals up to the same, no matter what denomination. But sometimes people feel like certain denominations are better than others. It's still
I don't get into, yeah, I don't get into all that. No, I'm not in Illuminati.
No, y'all didn't. What? Girl, do you think if he would be on Illuminati, he'd be on YouTube? Are you serious? Now, I have received letters asking me to join, but it sounds like aluminum foil, so I can't do that. And they ain't got no pamphlets on their company, so I don't want to be a part of that. But I wonder what would make them ask you that. Did he appear like he seemed like he Illuminati? Because don't you on a whole nother level if you dealing with the Illuminati. You wouldn't be on YouTube, would you?
No, I could be. I would be number one. I would be like a DJ Academics.
Oh, so if you join, they would put you at one of the top bloggers. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I would like.
Thank you.
I wouldn't be able to talk about Steve. You see what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be able to do stories like that.
Oh, well, I'll never join Illuminati at all
Would you?
in real life.
Would you ever consider hosting a TV show on a network? It would just depend. I go back and forth with like wanting to do certain things like that. Y'all got to understand, I'm able to make my money at home. I ain't got to deal with nobody, and I'm in control. And so, it's a little difficult to give up that control to say, okay, and now I'm gonna go on set. I'm here all day. I can't upload. I can't work. In the beginning, you don't make a lot of money doing that stuff.
Right.
It's just it's got to make sense. I'm gonna put it that way. It just got to make sense.
I think you would be good too, Storm. Just saying, because a lot of bloggers are haters. I think you would do real good. Maybe like how Tasha educated you. Give your followers and your subscribers and the people that are trying to build a platform. Give them a one-on-one lesson one day. Y'all better have your paper, y'all pencil, and do a one-on-one with Storm. How to build your platform. What Tasha K taught you. How about you do a class and teach us? Because there's a lot of people that's on these platforms trying to build their platforms and they don't know the technique. And even though Tasha K gave you that class, I think you got your own technique, your own vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you know other things that you could do and make it. I think that would be tremendous. I'll be there with my pencil and pad.
And you know what? Honestly, even when I did this recent speaking engagement, because yes, I can't speak. I do that. It felt natural, but I'm better in front of a live audience anyway. I used to do theater, so I'm more comfortable with because people got to understand, as a performer, I take your energy when you're in the audience. When I'm on camera, I have to create it. But when you're right in front of me, I'm able to look at you. I'm able to see what's working, what's not working, what makes you laugh, what doesn't. That's why the TV shows was good back in the day, because they did it in front of a live studio audience.
Right. And a lot of times we don't cram it. Everybody want to see your face, but we can't see yours. But you got a lot of judgment and you got a lot of things to say. And then all the people on the blogs, we have to take that just because y'all said it. But I'm going to delete you straight up. I'll delete you, remove you.
Let's see. They said, would you ever do a live show? Possibly. The biggest thing for me is safety. Because people just act. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone.
And it's something, y'all, I don't know what it is, like with a lot of the YouTubers, or they call y'all social media influencers. It's been a lot of people being attacked behind that, you guys. I don't know why, but in the last 6 months, I know at least 4. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, why are they attacking these people or setting these people up? So you really got to realize, even though you own this YouTube thing, he still got to be careful, because you can't just fly out to people because they want you to be a meat engagement, because you don't know what they may do. That's why I don't go that many places. It ain't being bougie.
Love Jones said, Professor Monroe in the building. You know what, Love Jones, I've been really thinking about, because I already got my master's. I'm already in a bunch of student loan debt. I'm about to say F it and just get the PhD. Not that I'm going to use it. I really just want to be called doctor. Is that weird? Like,
a lot of people do that. I know a guy right now, he got like 3 titles up on him. You can carry that. How long would it take you to get that?
Probably another 3 to 4 years.
Damn.
Yeah, I know.
A long time.
Or maybe 2 to 4, depending on the program. But then I would probably just move to wherever the school at. I would probably go back on campus and do the whole,
And then you wouldn't do this anymore?
Oh no, I would still do YouTube. Oh no, I'm not leaving my money.
You just want to do. So Storm, this right here, this, and understand, you guys, there's a difference. Storm don't do this like just for it. This is his job. This is a livelihood for him, because he said you got to be consistent. You got to be like with it every day. So like when you made your 5,000, did you put out videos once a day, twice a day? Like what's your method as far as that? It's just what? Or
for the genre I'm in, I should be uploading as much as possible. Some creators can do quantity over quality, depending on how strong their audience is. I'm not really at that point yet, so I have to do more quantity over quality, because I have to literally make a certain amount, and things have changed with YouTube over the years. I remember I was talking to my real good friend about it, and she was like, do you want to be like the Beyonce of this, or the Rihanna of this, or the J-Lo of this shit? Like, which do you want? And I'm like, I don't know. And people might be like, but Dan, what do you mean by that? So if you're the Beyonce of this, that's quality over quantity. Okay. Beyonce really took the time to become the best at what she does.
I like that. How good.
Rihanna just spits out a bunch of different stuff that works, and she just constantly works, and now she can chill, right? If you J-Lo, you just hopping on whatever's hot. So I would be up here talking about relationships, and I ain't finna do that shit. So I don't know. Do I take the time and really become a real journalist? Do I just continue to give y'all what's hot and keep it pushing? I don't know.
Well, I think you're a real journalist anyway, Storm, because you still come with facts. You come with like paperwork. Like me being an activist, I'm not going to put something out there if it's not true. I always like to see something connected that you're going to tell me to make me see that it's true. I need something in black or white. I just can't believe you because you say that's what happened. I want something in writing. That's what any case that I do, because you can't say it and can't prove it. Then if you can't say it and you can't prove it, how can I prove it for you? So I think it's always good to have evidence with it.
That's true.
Love Jones, thank you for participating with us today. Welcome everybody for having me over here with Storm. Let me get all in Storm business. I hope y'all didn't think I got too touchy.
No, you good. You didn't do too much. Jamila said, I think you should get that doctorate, then we can really call you doctor. Literally, my name would be Dr. Storm Monroe, PhD, MBA. That's a hell of a name.
That's damn sure, especially when you get that Dr. Storm Monroe. That just sounds like some celebrity stuff, don't it? I mean, like, doctor, I wonder how many people will ask you for an exam.
Oh my God. Yes. Let's see. I think you should go back for psychology if you don't already have that under your belt. That would be interesting.
But see, at least you guys are here. Y'all holding them down. Y'all know Storm. Give him ideas, because everybody can always get greater at what they do. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of women now calling me saying, Essie, we want to do what you do. We want to be a civil rights activist. One thing I can say about a civil rights activist, no matter what, you cannot be a coward, and you cannot be afraid to speak. If you think you're going to be an activist, and because someone says something, tell you to shut up, and you go cry in the corner, this ain't for you.
It ain't for you. And I will say this too, like, I really, when I worked with kids, I really enjoyed that. Like, I reunited families. Like, I helped young adults transition into adulthood. Like, I did really good work. Uh, it just wasn't paying no money, so I would have to do it in a different capacity. But I mean, I could literally start my own nonprofit if I want to.
You really could. And it will, anything you do, so Storm, I think because your personality, you will be successful because you're great at this. You know what I'm saying? I don't see you doing anything but going further and far from this. And I love how your people like they stand and they hold you down. And how you guys see me do Storm. I said it was interrogation, and it was that. But I be real. If you ever, I'll do a conversation one day and tape it. I ain't nothing nice on the phone. If you're a redneck, I'm gonna say you're a redneck. If you shady, I'm gonna say you're shady. I don't hold my. If I think you're a white slave master trying to piss on black people, I speak just like I see it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why people call me the beast or the bulldog, because I don't worry about what somebody say. I worry about winning, and that's what I look at when Storm is on his platform. He's worried about winning, telling the truth, and bringing light to things, and then bringing humor with it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of bloggers on here, but then there's a lot of Storms on here. None that I know of.
They said, so Storm, you've had a lot of jobs and degrees for just being 30 years old. Yeah. I worked at Six Flags, Anheuser-Busch. I think I did some teaching at some point. I'm not really sure. I've had several customer service jobs, manager jobs, social worker, post office, trash collector, Amazon. I mean, I ain't never sold drugs.
But this has been your best job for you because you're self-employed. Has this been your?
I was meant to be self-employed. I always hated having a boss because I was usually smarter than them.
Yeah, and I have to say, being an actor is the same thing. You know, I'm all about helping my people. You know what I'm saying? I got tired of working 9-to-5 jobs because I would get fired because you talk stupid to me. I'm straight for the check you from the gate. I don't care if you own that place. You're not gonna talk to me crazy and never allow someone to do that to you guys. And I'm just saying, hopefully, the what Storm just did today to open up, to be vibrant, to be honest. I hope more bloggers get more into their own business and make more of a different transition on this mic than really worry about what people do and don't like, or who they with and who they ain't with. Because at the end of the day, our personal business really ain't none of your business. It's really what we put out to give you to make it go to another level. You know what I'm saying? And if you own a blog and you worry about somebody suing you, you really shouldn't be on the blog. Because I talked to Storm. Storm said, I ain't worried about nothing. Bring it. Whatever somebody gonna do, bring it. And that's what makes you a good reporter. And if you really look at it, you are a freelance reporter, Storm. That's what you do. What you doing right now, all that's freelance. When you get up out your bed and you go get Thor, or you go get this rapper, that's freelance reporting. You're going to get the story that nobody came to get. You're bringing it back to us. So that's what that's about.
It's true.
So you guys, I guess I'm through doing my interrogation now. Storm, let me make sure. I think I asked everything I needed to know. And I enjoyed it. And I enjoyed your honesty and being real. If I had a thought Storm was lying about something, I'd be like, Storm, you know that ain't true. I could tell he was authentic. Being a civil rights activist for 30 years, I listen to what people say, and it's the little bitty things that'll make me win. The little bitty things are the things that you miss. Those are the things that you should be looking at. Just like when people saying that Storm gonna get sued because he say something, or I'm gonna get sued because I say something about Steve Harvey. It's 10 years worth of stuff over there on my page. Why I ain't sued yet? Because I'm telling the truth. Remember that. So Storm, am I dismissed? Can I go? May I?
I think so. I think the only thing you forgot. Did you want to ask me why I legally changed my name? Because I don't want to be fake. They'll be like, oh,
I didn't. Oh, okay. Because I didn't know if you wanted to tell that now. Yeah.
I mean, the people who know, they know. But long story short, I did it because I really didn't want to walk around with a ghetto name. Like, I know some people thought I was like running from the law, and I'm like, I've never been in trouble. You ain't gonna find it on me but some speeding tickets. That's it. But I really just didn't want a ghetto name, and I like names that are easy to spell and easy to pronounce. And and that's just what it was. So some people tried to take that and really run with it. And to me, people have changed. Listen, if y'all don't call Tupac Lassane Crooks, then let it go. If you're not gonna call Martin Luther King Michael, then let it go. Like, people have changed their name since the beginning of time. So I
literally don't like my name because it's country. I ain't trying to find, you don't know many Essies. Go get an Essie on this platform. I'm probably the only Essie on this whole YouTube. But what really used to irk me is, and you're in the country, they're like, Essie, and put that little yodel on it. I just hate when them country folks do that yodel. So everybody got something that they want to change within them. And I love Storm Monroe. It just sounds like a rich name. But when you said, like, like a ghetto name, what does that mean? Like, because what you got a ghetto name, like, what do you consider a ghetto name? I don't get it. Like,
it's a name that's stereotypical of a person who is either from the hood or have parents that are from the hood, just like you have trailer park names. So like, I've gotten so good with names, I can tell if you had young or old parents. I can tell if you're from the hood or a trailer park. I can tell even what kind of Hispanic person you are, because even we all have what we call lower class names, so to speak. Even mine is still technically, because it's weird, but yeah, I didn't want that. And then going out on interviews and people can't pronounce your name, and then you go through life and people can't pronounce or they misspell your name. So sometimes when y'all naming kids shit and you think it's cute, but you always have to think like, okay, they got to learn how to spell it, and people got to pronounce it. Not just like your pronunciation, like people, they have to go out in the world with it. So,
and if you look at Storm Monroe, like certain people, like, keep it real, I don't know too many white Essies. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when you call on the phone, you're doing a job, your name could maybe legally make you or break you in an interview or a conversation.
I used to see that. I've worked in hiring people, and I used to see them just toss. And people don't know there's even discrimination when it comes to names between what we call like a Black American ghetto name versus an African name. If they think you over here from like Nigeria, they really don't trip. But if your name is like Tanisha Jackson, they might throw your shit in the trash.
See, and ain't that sad? Those kind of things make a difference. But you know what? At the end of the day, ghetto name or not, you still have the right or the choice to be who you want to be of that character. I love that you did change your name because I think it's cute and it sounds rich. I don't know why you named yourself that, but it sounds rich. A white man ain't gonna go look at your contract. If you got Essie Bear over here in Storm Monroe, you know damn well my certificate go in the trash real quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying straight up, Essie. Like one time I was on the phone, I'd be like, "Hello, my name is Essie Berry. I'm a civil rights activist. I'm calling on behalf of see a change, right?" But when they found out I was a Black woman trying to stand up for a white man, they were pissed. And I don't even understand. You ought to be happy that I'm trying to stand up for one of your own. But they were insulted because I went ahead and gave all my name. And then when they found out I was a Black woman, then they didn't want to talk to me anymore. And I was like, okay, because my vibe is totally different when I'm fighting a case. You know what I'm saying? I don't state my race. I state the case. So sometimes that can kind of interfere with who you are. I'm not trying to be funny when you say that. So I get what you're saying, because like Shanae, who want to be named Shanae? You know that sound. Do you know any white girl named Shanae? No. And why would your mom even name you that? And I'm not saying that's a bad name. I just get what Storm's saying when he say that. It's true. Your name can make you or break you.
That's all I'm saying. So, some people,
What?
Some people, they felt some kind of way, like, oh, was he trying to run from the law? Like, obviously, I wouldn't be on the internet if I was, but.
And let me say this. Whether you change your name or not, your face don't change. Your fingerprints don't change, nor does your DNA. So if somebody was going to get you, they can get you either way legally. So always remember that. It's the little things y'all looked at, but you said, oh, Storm changed name, but you didn't realize his DNA don't change. You didn't realize some fingerprints don't change, and his damn show, his face ain't going to change. So it doesn't matter what he changed his name to. Nothing about his appearance is going to change unless he changed something to do that too.
Right. And to be clear, yes, boo, the birth certificate is changed too, because a lot of them, they had tried that with, what's on your birth certificate? My name, boo.
Yeah. And then that's smart to do. Get everything. If you're going to change your name, get everything amended. You know what I'm saying? That way you can go by, and anybody can get their name changed. You know what I'm saying? You just got to go court to do it. You can't go just get a piece of paper and start signing your name now.
No.
I know y'all want some attractive names. You have to go to court and you have to be petitioned to legally sign something. You know, as far as that, let me tell one lady, I think she was off your page. If you are married and your husband leave and you don't know where he at, just hypothetically saying, and you say you don't know where he at, you better not know the address. But you could go and you could start a divorce without your husband. You can go put it in the paper for 30 days, and he probably ain't gonna read no newspaper. And in 30 days, you'll automatically be divorced because you can file for abandonment. So it's so many ways that you can get out of something if you want to get out of it. You just have to research the law for yourself. Never believe what someone says, because you should always go recheck it for yourself. I'm not saying you're a liar, but when someone tells me something, I go back and check it for myself. Knowledge is power. And if you check for yourself, then you'll know for yourself, because there's a lot of different answers. And sometimes when you say things, it resonates to people differently. You know what I'm saying? Like Storm terminology is different. He know about things that I wouldn't know about. I might know about things that he wouldn't know about, and it's going to resonate differently. So always remember that every case, every situation, everything is different, and there's always a ploy to it. You know what I'm saying? There's always something. Like Storm, you said you changed your name, but why did you change your name? Because you don't want a ghetto name.
Well, that's why I changed the first name. And then I, of course, changed the last name because I was not going to carry my father's last name anymore. And then I was a little weird. I wanted to start my own, not necessarily lineage or legacy, but just like separate myself from my family too. Mm-hmm. And I also felt like, well, shit, who gonna check me? You ain't gonna beat my ass about it. So.
And you know, when you said that, one other thing, like say if you married, and I'm Essie, Dolores, Jackson, Berry, whatever, and my maiden name was Jackson. My maiden name is Alexander. Women, I have never, ever lost my maiden name. I've been married 4 times, but I always kept my maiden name. So if it was Essie, Alexander Berry, or Alexander Nickerson, so when I get through with that nigga, I drop his name off too. So I just want to let you women know that if you did not know that, you could still carry your maiden name. And then when you're done with him, then you could drop him back off at the sidewalk. Because I've never kept a man name except Fred Berry, because I'm his widow and he passed away. But I don't got to keep that either if I wanted to, because I'm a widow now and it really doesn't matter. So I'm saying sometimes women say they want to go back to their maiden name. So if you are going to get married and you get married, put your last name and then put his last name. So if it's Berry Allen or Allen Berry, then if he drop you or you divorce him, you automatically can go back to your maiden name.
Well, I will say this: if me and Love Jones get married, her last name would be Monroe, and I just think that's a fly ass last name.
Love Jones, is that her real name though? Love Jones?
I don't think she want me to put that out there.
But that's cool.
But I'll say Mrs. Monroe is a nice ass name.
But did y'all see how Storm did that when he said, "If me and you seen that big old smile? If me and her do make it, I will say her name, Love Jones." I hope you caught that metaphor. I hope you caught that window. Love Jones. Love Jones Monroe. I love it. You know what? I'm getting ready to go. God bless you, Storm. I am so honored to be here with you. I think that you didn't get all snabby. I did like checking that person who said something. I hope they answer all the questions. But no matter what, you're always going to be inquisitive about something. That's fine too. But we don't owe you an explanation, and neither does he. He's here to do a story. I wondered y'all wonder about some of the people that's in the industry that y'all looking at. That's who should be one that's gay. That's who you got to be wondering what's wrong with them. The people up there that y'all sit up at co-signing and y'all sit up there putting them like an idol. Them the people that you need to be worried about, not the people on the platform. Because I saw somebody said on your platform that YouTube is beginning to be the black nude. You know what I'm saying? And I really feel that way, that we are sitting up here not just degrading our black people, we're saving our black people too. Sisters calling me every day now asking me about a case. That means I'm saving them too. But at least we're putting something out there. So what y'all thought was in front of you that was visual and you thought it was real, it's really fake. And so we're bringing it out there to show you guys for sure.
Amen.
All right, you guys. Well, love y'all. I gotta go. I'll see y'all later. You know what I mean? You'll talk later on, Storm, because y'all some more juicy stuff get ready to come out, baby.
Ooh, yes.
And you know,
Yes.
Storm got the deals, baby. He got the deals.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Spirit Left, for another $100.
Thank you, Miss Spirit. Look, God is good, ain't he?
Hey.
Thank you. I appreciate
it. Sending you an honorary doctorate, Dr. Storm Monroe. Very impressed. Oh, see, y'all gonna make me go really enroll now. Appreciate that. Have a good one, Essie, okay?
God bless you, Storm. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye. All right. That was fun. I think that was fun. She had been wanting to interview me for a minute, so yeah, I think that was good. I think that was good. I think Love Jones gonna hit me in a minute. She gonna let me know if she liked it or not. Come on, Dr. Monroe. Listen, I would literally be getting it just to be called Dr. Monroe, because you know how that goes. I feel like that would be so cool, especially like when I write my books and stuff. Dr. Storm Monroe. Like your new camera, thank you. I only spent $100-some on it. I'm finna sell these other cameras. This look better than the stuff that's $400, $600, and $800. I'm finna sell that bullshit. Let's see. You can do it. Appreciate that, Tracy. Somebody said they just want to see another educated black man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. What type of PhD will you study? You know what I've been really interested in? Well, actually, no, I ain't gonna tell y'all yet. I'll wait on that. Let's see. This was a very positive show. I agree. Let's see. PhD to add some legitimacy. Facts. It's a lot. It's a Logitech camera. Hold on. I'll show y'all what kind of camera it is. Logitech. Hold up. I'm finna show y'all. So I got my PhD just to be called Dr. 2. That's what I'm saying. Sonya, like, you can always go to medical school. Facts. Here it is right here. $139, and this shit look better than the $600 camera right here. Oh shit, you have the same one? Okay, dope. You look really handsome tonight. Oh, thank you. What else? Well, I might need to get one of these. Yeah, I would suggest you do. Don't even waste your time, like, especially Love Jones, especially like the way we do our shows where they want us up close and personal. You ain't got to spend a whole lot of money like that. $139 for the camera, get you 2 ring lights or even 3 to put, like, I'll show you how to do it, bend it down literally, like, so the light shines down. That's it. So easy to set up. So true. Cam is super clear. All right, people, I'm out of here. I will talk to you guys later.